I was waiting for
Well,
you.
you're not the only voice, but
Well, no, but
trust me, I've been through this before.
What I meant was like
I got
with
you.
me.
I gave you permission.
Everyone's a critic. Everyone wants edits. Everyone. So Raul, what's up, man? Long time no see.
It's gone. Sorry, guys. I've been away. I've been dealing with some family problems. So
I was going to ask how your parents are.
Beard's back.
I wanted to know what was going on with that.
Yeah, how are they, man?
my mother fell on her knee and tore her meniscus ligament.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Painful.
And so she's currently healing. We will see how bad it is, if she needs surgery in a couple weeks.
Is she like in a cast or something? Or?
No, she's not. She's
Okay.
she's has a wrapping, and I'm changing coverings, like ice coverings for her, like every hour. So it is what it is. And we had a scare with our dog today. For some reason, my mom got paranoid about my dog acting strange, and he did not look well. So she took him to the doctor, being what she was, and I couldn't go because the vet has strict rules about masks and no masks. So it's understandable. I'm not going to fight it, but I can't drive her either because I can't drive anymore. So it is what it is. I'm sorry. That was a longer explanation than I thought.
Hey, everyone. I'm gonna check out for about 10 minutes. I have to return a phone call, and then I'll be right back on.
No worries.
All right, so we'll see you in like 45 minutes.
Oh.
No, I want to be back sooner than that.
Good.
See you at 11 o'clock. Sounds good.
Oh, Cynthia said she's free, by the way.
Oh,
Then
okay.
the lamb returns. I never thought I would call her that until some of you started calling her that.
That was KD. They called her that.
Oh, okay.
Called her what?
Silence of the Lambs. KD came up with that.
I know. I can't believe I'm like she's Cynthia. Like, but whatever.
So your beard's slowly growing back?
Yes, sir. It's looking respectable now. It'll probably take a couple more weeks to get up to your level, though, sir.
Yeah, my beard is. I haven't really been taking care of it. It's to that point where if it's not wet, like, forget it. Like, I'm not getting a pick to this thing.
It's too much.
That's what she said.
She said I'm not getting a pick through this thing? Oh, she said it's too much. I get it.
No, she said if it's not wet, she's not dealing with it.
Woo! So that's what she said.
Emily. Spicy girl.
Well, haven't we already established that, strangely enough, for being even with a mainly male-dominated group, I somehow still seem to have the dirtiest mind.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. Not really. Oh, but when we were at NIPERG, like every last one of us was doing.
We all had dirty minds.
We were all doing like that's what she said jokes like all the damn time. Yeah. Yep. We're that's just how we roll.
Okay, so there was some dirt put on the name of Snoop Dogg by people in the air. I thought some people were gonna have my back, but one by one, they all turned on me. They all switched sides on me.
Oh.
So if you want to say Snoop Dogg has dirty lyrics, like, okay, the sun is yellow and it's really hot, like, I get that. But as far as Snoop not being talented or like one of the best.
No, he's talented.
Yeah.
I would back you up on his talent. I would back you up on his talent.
Yeah, I would definitely. That's an easy win for you. The win
I have
column.
issues with some of the ways that he conducts himself, but I would back you up 100% on his talent.
Right. And you're talking about what, on Instagram or something, or?
What happened, Emily, to make you doubt his?
No, I don't like. What I don't like is how he kind of like. I feel like he kind of, whether intentionally or not, in his social media, kind of pushes the continuation of the street code, which I think is, and I mean, I feel sorry people in advance because I don't mean to sound white-splaining, but I feel like that, like, the street code and again, maybe it's because it's not something that I'm versed in because I never lived it firsthand. But
You're
like,
talking about snitching? Is that what you're talking about? This is what this is all getting
I
out
mean,
towards?
well, that's part of it. Like that's one of the, like, him speaking out against snitching is
Oh,
one
but
of
you're saying it's more than that.
but it's one of
more
the
than that.
actions that he glorifies. But I'm talking about like the street code in general. I
Okay.
feel as if, I mean, the snitching part especially, but I feel
Well,
like
what else?
mainly like, well, no, it mainly is the snitching. Now that, like, I'm good with loyalty, I'm good with all the rest of that, and I even understand the idea of don't snitch if you've done dirt with people, and they always had your back. Like,
Right.
honestly, you'll never find me like talking on somebody to try to get out of something. Hey, Cynthia.
Hey, what's up, Cynthia?
Like, you'll never find me like ratting somebody out just when I was just as culpable. Like, honestly, you'll never find me doing stuff like that. My concern is that Snoop Dogg, by pushing, or not even just Snoop Dogg alone, Snoop Dogg, my son, is an example of this. Like, I feel like that and this kind of goes into like my whole like worry about gang violence too.
My son, really? My son seems to always be talking about like some conscious stuff.
Generally, yes. But generally, yes, you are correct. But I actually have a bone to pick about how Snoop Dogg or my son refer to quote unquote snitching, because whether it's their intent or not to do so, I feel like they're encouraging civilians not to report crimes or not to speak to the police either. And I can kind of, like, I'm not a huge fan of doing that either, but it worries me that people are listening to like that kind of talk, like the don't snitch, and then, or it worries me that like civilians are feeling like that they're in danger of retaliation from the streets by.
So I'm gonna keep it real with you. I see Snoop's Instagram a lot, and I don't see a lot from Snoop. I think maybe it's your boy that you're talking about again. Which,
I mean, I think that's where
But
yes,
I just
that's
don't.
where he's
I just
mostly
don't.
talked about that.
I just don't hop on Instagram and see Snoop talking about these subjects that much. So this just doesn't seem.
No,
like...
you're 100% right, but like again, I had a. Yes, you're right. It's because of how he referred to like the situation with 6ix9ine that I thought.
So that's an anomaly then. I mean, I see the guy coaching football and doing a bunch of positive stuff.
Here's my point, though. Here's my point. I'm sorry, but like, to me, kids are like, not only kids, but like people in general are seeing that from a celebrity, and like, I just don't think that like anybody. I just wish that, and maybe he assumes that like people already know, but I feel like that like by him saying like he might feel like it's implied, but he doesn't differentiate between ratting as in doing dirt and then switching up. Like if that's what he's referring to, cool. I'm all on board. Like I actually think if it were true, like, and like I said, 3 sides of the story, yours, theirs, and the truth. But if it were true, like, and I don't know these people personally, so I can't say, but even I would say, like, that if those other guys really hadn't wronged him the way he said he did, that 6ix9ine was in the wrong for flipping and for switching
first,
up.
we don't say those numbers on this show. First of all,
sorry, the number. Like I would 100% back people's criticisms of him. I don't agree with him doing that either. Like I said before, like people are nuanced about that, but not enough differentiation, I feel like, has been made between like no snitching and no snitching, as odd as that sounds.
I get what you're saying, but the anomaly of the numbers, which shall not be named, not withstood. I see Snoop like talking about forgiveness of Suge Knight and people who tried to kill him, and I personally have taken I've gotten like really inspired by like Snoop's ability to forgive, and that's what I've seen. And
no, and I've
then
seen that too, and I don't.
I've
seen that too, and I don't disagree with that. Like, but, and I don't have a problem. Like, I don't have a problem with Snoop Dogg in general. I have a problem with that specific action, which I deem to be that is
fine.
an anomaly, which I deem to be different.
That's fine. Your point's been made. I personally love Snoop and think he's one of the greatest ever. I do like Kendrick Lamar, but I think Snoop is greater. And yeah, and if Ish were here, I'd say that includes lyrically as well. Lyrically, cadence, voice, flow, storytelling, all the things that it takes to make an incredible MC. Yeah. All the things it takes to make an incredible MC.
Here's another thing, and I'm sorry, this is something that I meant to say and I forgot a minute ago, but I actually am kind of mad. I was actually kind of, well, not mad, I'm going to say disappointed, more disappointed in Snoop, and not only him, many other figures, for actually paying the number any mind.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't have any more. Like, this is just, it's just too much on this guy. It's just really, it's like, we're always talking, let's like, whenever we talk about someone else, let's talk about them not in relation to that guy. Because it's just like the same thing with this guy. Well,
all I was going to say is, why don't they just ignore him like you just said to do?
Why don't we ignore him? How about that? Why don't we ignore him? He's taken up so much agency on this show. I think he's the negative one that we should be ignoring.
I agree.
All right, what else? Cynthia, what have you been up to?
Nothing.
How's your new place?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, how's your new place?
Amazing.
Cool. Is that it in the background?
What?
Yeah. Is that it in the background?
Kitchen area.
Cool.
You're in your kitchen, right?
I've just really enjoyed living by myself. Is really what it is.
You're by yourself now.
Yeah.
Oh man, that must be nice.
It's so free. At first it was a little scary, but then man, you really, once you're like settled in and you like get into kind of a routine.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You just do like spontaneous dance parties and stuff?
Well,
I do.
no, but I don't
I
have to
do.
like take anybody else into consideration when I want to do something, or you know.
I do. Oh, I was gonna say. Well, actually, you know, before I even say what I was gonna say, isn't it amazing to not have to share a bathroom?
Oh my God, it
Isn't
is.
that
If I
number
want to
one?
take like an hour bath or
Right.
an hour shower, I can.
Exactly.
If I want to take a 45-minute shit, I can, because no one's waiting for the bathroom.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's got to be great.
Yeah, I can like get ready for as long as I want.
It's so
You
awesome.
can
But
sing in the shower for a long time.
Yeah, it's really the bathroom and the kitchen. I don't have to like wait for someone else to cook. You know,
Right.
can
I don't
come-
mind. Well, I don't mind. Like, yeah, I don't mind. That one's less sticks in my craw. But like just
bath.
going, I can just take a luxurious bubble bath whenever I feel like it.
And you
That
have to like stress about like, oh, someone's waiting.
That's my favorite part about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you still stay in touch with your former roomie?
Yeah, I was just texting him the other day.
Aw.
I haven't seen him
That's
since
cool.
we got back from Lake Placid, but I'm sure we'll see each other. He
So
has
you
a
guys
friend.
went to
that-
Lake Placid together?
Yeah,
Oh, awesome. Okay, so you guys are still friends.
yeah,
That's good.
and he has a friend that lives like 2 blocks away, so I know I'll see him again.
Okay.
It's
There
just
was
it's only been like
there was no falling out. You guys just decided to
No.
like live your. You just got like you
he
like.
missed Ridgewood,
Okay.
and like since I won't be getting my co-op probably for another maybe 2 years or so, I figured I'm not gonna live in a 2-bedroom for 2 more years. I'm gonna get my own place. And
Right.
then I found an amazing.
Wait, so where are you? Are you in Ridgewood?
No, I'm in Astoria. He's in Ridgewood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then I got this sick deal for this studio, so I had to take it.
Nice.
And, yeah. Someone took over our lease for the 2 bedrooms, so I don't have to worry about that. I think that helped a lot. Now I'm just like living.
That's awesome. So you found a nice. That's great. You found a nice studio. That's awesome.
I'm
Good
so
for you.
happy, I know. And John likes it, right, baby?
Oh, the kitty.
Oh, he's like, whoa, mom.
That's so cool.
What have I missed these past weeks? It's been
Oh.
so long since I've talked to you guys.
I know. I know. We've missed you. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I mean, quite a bit.
Well, we've I don't know. We finally have the band together. We could do. We've always been talking about my cousin Vinny. I guess you two wanted to split the. What's her name?
We're gonna have to fight over who plays Marissa Tomei. Like,
No, that's not
Hey,
fair.
you
I
can
get to
split
play her because I was the one that brought up the movie. And
Well, you two said you were
specifically,
gonna split her.
you
two
can
said
play
you were
my
gonna split her.
boyfriend.
you want me to? Oh, I get to play Vinny.
You could be Vinny, yeah. Vinny's awesome,
He is.
but it's
I-
not as good. But I know.
No,
I
I
thought you two
know.
were gonna split. I thought you two were gonna split Marissa's.
No, I don't think that
No,
was
she's
ever really
not
discussed.
splittable.
Like, I made jokes about it, but honestly,
Oh,
like,
I see.
yeah.
I see.
I mean, listen, I mean, look, it's not even an issue. I know I could play the part in my sleep.
Oh,
You know,
snap. You know
I
what?
no,
we should
I'm
have
not.
auditions.
No. I'm not.
We should
throwing
have
shade-
auditions.
I'm not throwing shade at Cynthia. This is not about that. I'm not like she wants to do it. It was her suggestion. That's fine with me. I'm just saying, like, I'll just go like this. Imagine you're a deer. You're prancing along. You're sitting at, you spot a brook. You put your lips down to the cool, clear water. Bam! A fucking bullet blows off your head. Your brains fall on the ground in little bloody pieces. Now I ask you, would you give a fuck what kind of pants the son of a bitch who shot you was wearing? That's all. That's all. I got her. I got that Sheep's Head Bay, Brooklyn, Diker Heights thing. I got it down, baby. But yeah, that's no, you do it. I just needed the chance to be like, I got this. That's all. Like, I just love that part so much. But yeah, no, you do it. You do it. It's like, Cynthia, if you suggested it, yeah, I want you to, like, it's your, like, I'm not even gonna put up a fight for it.
So are you gonna do Vinny then?
I'll do whoever. Like, I mean, you know, the thing about that is that those two characters like monopolize a lot of it. So I feel like when I thought about it, I was just like, a lot of times like certain characters monopolize certain scenes. So I was thinking like maybe people could switch, but honestly, I feel like this is up for debate. We're all in on this. And I feel like people should just raise their hands and be like, this is who I want to play. So I'll just sit back and, yeah. I'm happy to just, I'm happy to read any part. I'll even be the judge. Oh, the judge.
The youths.
The two what?
The two what? Sounds like you said a ute.
What is a ute?
Yeah, I want to be the judge. I've decided I want to be.
Why don't you want to be Vinny? Vinny's a fucking awesome character.
Vinny is awesome. Vinny is awesome.
best.
Vinny's amazing. Vinny's awesome. He's like.
By the way, I was walking around today because I needed to get my steps in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like checking out the restaurants in the area.
Mm-hmm.
There is a vegan Latin place near me. I was like
What's it
picking
called?
up menus from every single restaurant.
Awesome.
What's it called?
I can't wait to check it out. It's called Savage Sicko.
Savage Sicko.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Astoria. There's so many hot Greek men walking around there. And there's like so
I don't think walking is the correct verb you want, though, Sam.
What would you running?
Well, what is the correct verb? I'm looking.
Oh, I'm not saying, but
Okay.
leave it to the imagination. So to speak.
Okay.
And there's a Vietnamese place around here that has so many like vegetarian options.
Mm-hmm.
What if I never leave this neighborhood? No, I will.
There are tons of hookah bars there too, if that's your thing.
You know what? I haven't really seen any.
Hmm.
And maybe they're like farther up, but like the area I'm in, I haven't seen them yet.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of them are on Broadway. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
Last time I checked, that's when I was there. Like they were on Broadway. That's where I saw them.
I want to eat like everything right now.
I hear you.
I'm Cuban. I'm always up for food. What are you talking about?
Oh yes, that's right. You're Cuban. I love my Cuban boys too.
That's right. There's a lot of us to love.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been
Yeah,
eating
it's-
this Cuban sandwich that uses jackfruit. It's like a jackfruit. What kind of sandwich is that? What's the traditional Cuban sandwich? Is it just called
Medianoche, which means half past midnight.
What's in it?
It's usually assortments of ham and pork and turkey.
In a sandwich?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think this one is like a vegan version of that.
That's what it sounds like.
It is. Let's see. I'll tell you.
Very savory. Very savory sandwich. Usually eaten at bad times.
At bedtime?
Bad times.
Oh,
Like
bad.
way early in the morning.
I was thinking like at a funeral.
Oh, no,
yeah,
no. Yeah, but
it's
we
called
eat at the funerals too, so.
It's called a Cuban sandwich.
Okay.
It's got savory braised jackfruit, vegan provolone cheese and cheese sauce, veganese, vegan turkey slices, mustard and pickles,
What is this?
vegan
Sounds good.
buttered and griddle pressed.
That
Yeah.
sounds really good.
So yeah, like you said, the turkey and the pork. Yeah, I find that the whole jackfruit thing that everyone's on, I feel like maybe 1 out of 8 or 9 times I find someone actually makes it like there's
Gotcha.
this vegan Jamaican place. They do it like really good. They have the savory, I don't know what you call it, like this savory
Sauce or something?
tomato. Yeah, it's like this tomato, like kind of sweet, savory sauce that's pretty amazing. But most people, I don't really like how they make their jackfruit.
Is the vegan the Jamaican place in Bushwick?
No, it's I'll tell you. where it is. I think it's like getting towards Flatbush, maybe.
Oh, okay.
It's called Verdure. And it's the Flatlands. That's actually not Flatbush. That's
It's
closer to
also in
southern.
Brooklyn, though, right?
Also in Brooklyn, yeah.
I feel like every neighborhood is in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, I was right. Flatlands, okay. Flatlands is like in between Canarsie and East Flatbush, kind of. Like east of Midwood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more like Canarsie. It's a little closer to Canarsie. East Flatbush. Above Bergen Beach. Mill Basin. I remember canvassing over there.
It sounded like it was a place
Yep, I
that you
remember
ordered
camping there
delivery
too.
from.
It sounds like what?
A place that you ordered delivery from. That's what I was wondering.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, they delivered to Bushwick?
I live in Sunset Park.
Are you serious? Since when?
Since December.
Oh, I thought you lived in Bushwick. I swear you were.
No, it's been a while. It's been a
wow.
while since I lived there. I lived in Bushwick for a long time, and then
Uh-huh.
I moved to that area between Brownsville and Crown, like
Mhm.
the center of like Brownsville, East New York, Crown Heights kind of area. It's like right in the
Mhm.
center. It's got a weird name.
And you live in Sunset Park now?
Yeah.
My
I'm
cousin
glad you're no longer in your previous neighborhood.
Of where, Bushwick?
No, the other one.
Bed-Stuy?
No, the other one you just mentioned.
Oh, Brownsville.
Brownsville.
Oh,
East New
that's
York.
actually, yeah, someone had some trouble over there recently, and now
What
they're
happened?
moving. I think, I don't know, there might have been some kind of break-in or something negative. Something negative like that, that's, you would kind
Bad
of
juju. Bad juju.
associate with that neighborhood.
There's actually a moderate, it's funny. There's actually a moderate amount of nonviolent crime in my neighborhood. Yeah, there's like a lot of, there's a lot of, the last building I lived in, that was the last apartment that you actually visited me at, the one with the long hallway in front. Right before I got there, someone had like broken into the building, like it climbed to like someone's apartment from the fire escape.
That is my biggest fear.
Nobody was no one was hurt or anything like that. Also, I'm not worried about that. I would never have been worried about anything like that happening to me because I have a bird who would scream her head off if like someone tried to do that. But however, there's a decent amount of people like stealing packages from like the lobby of buildings in this neighborhood, like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's like.
So in that neighborhood I was in, I was only there like a day or two, and they were trying to steal my like Grubhub orders.
Jeez.
What?
Like orders, my food orders. They were trying to steal. These kids were trying to steal it. And they were like, there was a whole bunch of kids with like red bandanas on. Like,
they didn't. They obviously did not know who they were dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't end up ordering from that place again because they didn't want to come by. I think one time they came by and I think they got scared because all the kids with the red bandanas on like the front steps of the two buildings.
Well, that's my student basically. Like he actually skipped school once because he ordered Jordans online and he was terrified that somebody was going to steal the package from the lobby. So he literally skipped school just in order to like wait for the Jordans to arrive. And at that point I was finally like, you know what, man? You know what? Just make up the work later. I'm not even going to argue with you about that because who wants to have their Jordans stolen?
Yeah, I was going to say at that point, like, maybe get them delivered to the school or something.
Oh, that's
You know?
not a bad idea. I wouldn't have even thought of that, but you're right. Maybe he should have just had them delivered to the school.
Yeah. Like get the principal to call him, down.
Or or we just put my name on the package and be like, oh, we were ordering, and because the principal might be mad, they think that like the kids were ordering packages to the school.
Oh, right.
Put my
Right.
name on the package and be like, oh, Miss Predmore, the staples, the massive amounts of staples that you ordered arrived.
Yeah.
Please come get them.
Yeah.
So how long has it been since Ish has been on? I think it's been more than 10 minutes.
Half an hour.
Has it been that long?
Well, I think he left at 10:50.
You mean 9:50?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 9:50. You're right. Oh, he left at 9:55 because the last thing he said was that Cynthia responded, and Cynthia responded at 9:54.
Okay.
So that's about a half an hour. That's at this point.
I heard my name.
Oh, no, I was just saying that right before you came on, Ish said you responded to the group chat.
Oh.
And then he had to get off, and we were trying to figure out how long he had been off for, so I looked at the time you responded.
WandaVision's a television show, right?
Yes. It's starring the Vision and Wanda, the Scarlet Witch.
Now that's kind of unique for them to use the same actors as from the movie, right?
Yes. But they're starting to do that more. That's a piece of wisdom, and they're looking to bring back what they call the Netflix series people back into their own shows on Disney Plus.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
I
never liked how Netflix did Marvel shows. I always thought
they're gonna bring some of them, not everybody. Like they're gonna bring Luke Cage and his crew back on.
No, maybe Disney will do a good job. I just don't like how Netflix does those shows.
Gotcha.
Well, we'll see. Disney could do it differently. We'll see.
I think Disney will definitely have at least better machinery to make the series. Sometimes you saw the weakness in the production
You mean like
values.
CGI?
Not just CGI, but sets and locations and just basically the environment that they film in will probably be better. More to each individual show.
Yeah, Jesus, everyone walked away.
It's just you and me, Emily. I like your shirt.
Okay.
Well, Cynthia's in the background. She's making some sort of omelet, maybe. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
She's cooking. It looks like she's cooking.
I know.
Cynthia, are you cooking?
Yeah, I'm gonna make some quick tacos for myself.
Okay.
I had tacos tonight, Cynthia. I had tacos. It was wonderful.
Quick snack. I already had dinner, but.
Gotcha.
Man, so you wouldn't believe what happened to me yesterday.
What happened, Emily?
So yesterday I decided to, preface this with you haven't been around, but I've been back to work in person.
Oh yeah. You had mentioned you were going back last time I was here. Yeah.
At least the teachers are in, and they're saying they might have kids in once a week or so starting in the next couple of weeks. Like each kid gets a designated day to come in. But anyways, so I have a new office. That new office came with a mini fridge.
Oh, wow. Dangerous.
So one day I don't so yesterday I don't finish my sandwich at lunch, and
Okay.
I'll just leave it in the mini fridge here rather than carrying it back home, because that way I'm guaranteed it'll stay cold the whole time, right?
Sure.
So when I got home, I packed the rest of my lunch. Like, I packed myself a can of seltzer and a yogurt and whatnot,
Right. Sounds
and
good.
and put like basically lunch minus sandwich in the refrigerator for me to grab when I left in the morning. Then I
Right.
went to go grab my lunch in the morning, and another sandwich mysteriously had appeared. And
They're multiplying, Emily.
they're multiplying, exactly. It turns out that, it was my fault because I had forgotten to communicate to Misha that I had left my sandwich at work. And so
Sure.
he was trying to, and so, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. He was trying to be helpful and thought that I needed a sandwich, so he made me another sandwich.
Aw, that's a good buddy. That's a good
So then
buddy.
I had to eat. So then I ate yesterday's sandwich when I went into work today,
Right.
but then ended up bringing today's sandwich home anyways to eat tomorrow because I'm not going to be at work for 3 days because Monday's Yom Kippur.
Oh, okay.
And
That's right. I forgot about that.
I didn't want it to sit in the fridge that long while I was out on a 3-day weekend. But
Sure.
I felt like, oh my God, the sandwiches, they're multiplying.
You could have worse problems in life, Emily, than your sandwiches multiplying.
Yeah, there's always worse problems than multiplying sandwiches.
Especially when it's made with love from your partner. My Lord.
Yeah,
That's good
exactly.
stuff. That's good stuff.
He meant well. So, and then
Yeah.
then he texted me, and he texted me because he was asleep when I left for work. So
Sure.
when he got up, he texted me and said, "I noted that you forgot to make yourself a sandwich. So I decided to take care of that. Did I do right?" And I felt so terrible. Like I felt like, oh my God, I feel like an asshole. How am I going to tell him that I had actually left out the sandwich on purpose?
Emily, you're married now. Lying is okay.
Oh shit.
You sound like my father. Anyways. No,
Lying is okay. Lying is okay because lying saves feelings.
I'm laughing because my dad actually, in grad school, he lost his scholarship for a silly reason.
Oh, gotcha.
Never told, and he just did not tell my mom for 2 months, and they were already married. He didn't tell her for 2 months until he got another source of income, because he didn't want her to flip out.
Right.
So you saying oh, lying is okay, you're married, that makes me think of that whole incident. But
Sure.
he lost his scholarship because he was in the music degree program, and he composed a piece where one part involved the sound of setting off dry ice and the squeak of a rubber chicken, and the professor was mortified that his professor was mortified and pulled his scholarship.
Oh,
Wait, say
man.
what?
That's
Because
ridiculous.
he
That's
didn't
just
like the
crazy.
sound of a
He
chicken?
didn't
Yeah.
like the sound of a rubber he thought it wasn't refined enough or real music when my dad was trying to do something creative.
Yeah, it
Is
sounded
this like
creative.
a classical thing or something?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that his professor, the irony of the fact that his professor got mad because apparently his professor's former professor, his professor's mentor, was at the concert, and the professor was upset because he felt like that my dad had embarrassed him. And
He's a classical snob.
but the ironic thing about the entire thing is that said mentor actually loved the dry ice and rubber chicken and thought it was a great touch.
Oh, that's weird.
But then he didn't tell my mom that happened for 2 months until he got his work study settled, because he knew that she was going to be like, Oh, well, why did you do that with the rubber chicken? You knew this was gonna happen. Why would you jeopardize your scholarship? So it was one of.
That's very odd. Like, I feel like.
Are you saying that your mother would have henpecked him over a rubber chicken? Sorry, Flavius. Sorry, I interrupted you.
That's exactly what I'm
it's just
saying.
like it's just rough to like threaten someone's livelihood over like some annoyance. That's like a very Seinfeld
petty
episode thing to do. Yeah, very petty.
Well,
Yeah,
very petty. What it sounds like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm with just how like odd it is. Wouldn't you agree, Misha? Isn't the rubber chicken story kind of like the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode?
Hi, Misha.
Hey, Misha. The person who's there but not really there.
Yeah, the voice in the background.
The voice of reason. The voice of sandwiches.
The voice
I
of
love
God.
Misha. I love Misha too, but he will talk your ear off if you let him.
Well, who's worse, him or Damien? Oh, crap. Sorry.
Don't ask me to edit it.
Is that a miso soup, Flavius? That looked like a miso soup. I love miso soup.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I usually go for the salad, but I was like, let me.
No, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. It's starting to get cold. It's important to have.
Was that last week when we had those ridiculously cold nights?
I had heard from another friend in New York.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're in Arizona. You didn't.
Yeah.
You probably didn't see any such thing.
Well, we're starting to get cold too. We're in the desert, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Deserts, yeah.
Yeah, so it gets cold here at night. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Even though you can't tell because I'm always in tank tops and stuff. It's just I'm always hot.
It was getting in the 40s. It was like in the upper 40s. It's like I think people were getting sick too.
Oh no!
Don't say that.
Good.
Don't say that. Like,
no, I said good. Were. It's over. It's over.
Oh, were.
Yeah, were.
I mean, it's over. I'm already going. They put a scanner up to my head with a robotic voice that says normal body temperature. Normal body temperature.
Normal body must insert anal probe. I mean, I'm kidding.
Oh, if it doesn't sense. Oh, but if it senses that if it makes a mistake,
yeah. What's the other?
Body is. Oh, if it's poorly calibrated, and reads your body temperature too low, it says hypothermia. Hypothermia.
Yeah, that's not cause to be nervous at all.
Speaking of which, hey, have you been watching Raised by Wolves?
I have not. I've heard it's great.
Speaking of hypothermia.
Well, yeah. Speaking of robot voice kind of thing.
But
ish.
Yeah, and hypothermia.
Yo.
Ish, brother. I've
like
been playing a game called Avengers on the PC. And you would love the storylines. They take it from like 2 or 3 years ago from one of Marvel's resets, and it's sort of like the movies, sort of like a continuation of the movies, but not exactly the same not exactly the same timeline. And it's the storytelling is really good. It's from the people who do Crystal Dynamics, which did the Tomb Raider series.
Is that the one with the Kamala Khan exclusive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's coming to like the new PlayStation, Xbox type. I know one of them has an exclusive, which I was very much interested in because Kamala Khan, is so dope that you know what I mean.
she they do a better job in that game of making her a sympathetic character than Marvel has done in the last 5 years. I hate to say that, but it's true.
Well, I think what they're doing with her now is pretty.
Oh no! Now is like a night and day. They got people that actually cared about the character to write about her. So, but the actual storytelling in this game is like par none. It's the best thing I've seen in years in terms of storytelling, just pure storytelling in video games.
Is it hack and slash?
It's a bit of it's what they call looter shooter. mechanics, which
Mhm.
means that the characters go in for pieces, items for themselves, but they're randomized. They're very RNG heavy. So if you're not willing to grind, it's kind of a pain in the butt to you. But if you enjoy the combat, and I do, it's enjoyable time.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna
I
have to
would
check it
definitely
out.
check it out. I would definitely check it out. Plus, a majority of the bugs have been squashed after the first 3 weeks, which the first 2 weeks was almost unplayable.
So is this MMO?
It's MMO light, I would say. It's MMO light because the things you can do together are very limited, so it's small party co-op.
Okay.
I prefer MMA myself, but that's just me.
So it's something I could solo if I wanted.
Yeah, absolutely, easily.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds really cool. I was just really interested. I know Sony's version is supposed to have Spider-Man.
The PC version will have Spider-Man in the spring, is what I've heard. That's the
Okay.
the word on the street for that.
I just think it was very important that they put Kamala Khan in that game, so that was a
Yeah,
good.
no, and she's the heart and the soul of the Avengers in this game.
Okay.
They
People are gonna be
represent her
mad
well.
about that.
Oh no, there's people angry about everything about the
Yeah.
game. So I
An,
mean,
an Indian Muslim
yeah, exactly.
teenage girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
People are
exactly.
definitely gonna
But
be
you
mad
know
about
what?
that.
There's a point where they're sitting in an elevator. If you have the two characters together, and Cap says, my parents were immigrants, and she goes, mine too, and she goes, and then Cap goes, yeah, they worked so hard to give me a better life, and Kamala Khan says, mine too, Cap.
Hmm.
So they're trying to reach out and show that she's a little bit bigger than the box that they initially put her in.
hmm
And it's nice. She's just a teenager, which is great. It puts the characters into the perspective of, say, like Spider-Man, when the Spider-Man first came out and he was just a teenager.
hmm
And he does teenager-y type things. Well, so does she. She chews bubblegum. She's impatient. Like when you're standing there, she rocks back and forth like a teenager would,
hmm
waiting for something to happen. It's pretty hilarious, actually. Really well
Hmm.
done. Really well done. And
Yeah, I'm gonna.
nothing of what they put her in is slutty or it's like the fully clothed,
Yeah, her full outfit.
her
No
full
little
outfit. Nothing like typical
skin
video
tight,
game
skimpy crap.
garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like that. They really respect the character, so I
You said
really like it.
she's Muslim.
Yeah,
She is
she's
Muslim.
Muslim.
She's Muslim.
Does
Yep.
she rock like any Muslim like traditional gear or anything? Or?
Yes. Actually, her whole outfit is a traditional. I'll after the show, I'll find you some pictures. Maybe Ish will find you some pictures too of what she looks like.
Yeah. I post her on my Facebook. I post her often, actually, as she was just my Facebook background pic with Captain Marvel. As a matter of fact, it was Magnificent Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel was my Facebook.
And her movie is coming out. Ish, let me send you something. Oh no, I
Her
didn't send
cartoon is coming out on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, yeah. But she has her own movie coming out too, Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel?
Miss Marvel. Her.
Well,
Kamala Khan. Check out the Marvel Studio schedule that I posted in chat, and it'll show you when it comes out. It's like I
posted in Comic Sense.
Yeah, I will. Hold on. It's straight from their Twitter. I'll post it in Comic Sense though, like you said. Let me work on that.
So, Ish, while you were gone, everybody said Snoop was the best.
Okay,
Well,
that's cool. I guess what was I supposed to do? Like, let me hold on, Mike. The wind just changed the way it's gonna blow in my life.
Yeah, Snoop will do that to you.
I'm gonna take my privilege out for a run. It needs some exercise.
Yeah.
Has it been slacking?
Yeah, needs to do some push-ups and some chin-ups. It has been slacking actually for like the past month and a half.
Well, is that you saying it has been slacking, or you saying I have been slacking?
I am my privilege, and I have been slacking. I haven't trained in literally a month and a half. I haven't went for a run. I haven't done a pull up.
You've just been busy.
I've been lazy.
Oh, now you sound like my students.
I mean, if you have students that say they've been lazy, they're better students than I was.
Oh no, they don't say that they've been lazy. I say that they've been lazy. But then they agree with me. But they say that what makes it doubly funny is that if these kids, I swear to God,
They say they lazy, but they ain't lazy.
if any other adult in the building told them they were lazy, the kids would get pissed off. If I say it, they're like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, I know I'm right. Don't play me like that.
What's this background I'm seeing here? Oh, that's Cindy. Oh, hey, Cynthia.
Cynthia's cooking.
Is that the new place?
Long time no see or hear from. Oh, you're standing up. I'm gonna guess your weight.
Oh.
No, I've been invited to. This isn't. I'm not taking liberty here. Like, she told me I could guess her weight.
All right. Yeah, weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm the witness.
And I just haven't seen her since then. So they're like, cancel ish. Like, yo, they're like,
Ish is walking dangerous ground. And here I thought Ish was married. You know, he knew better.
The first time he guessed, he was wrong.
Yes, I was wrong.
Too high or
But
too low?
sometimes, to my credit, it is good for a guy to be wrong about guessing a girl's weight. I'm just saying.
Especially when you guess wrong in the way that you did mine.
I've been married for 25 years, so you know. It's interesting because there's two girls that I go to church with, and when I first started going there, they're sisters, and two good friends of mine. But one of them, they were talking, and one of them called me over and said, "Hey, which one of us looks younger?"
Oh no!
Oh no, this is not
Don't
gonna
answer.
happen.
Run away. Have
like-
a dentist appointment. Do anything. I mean, really.
I'm like, yeah, y'all think about to fall for this? Like, what are we doing here?
Like, are you good?
You're like, you both do, right?
That was a good one, Cynthia.
You both do.
I don't know. People think that people like flip the ages for me and my brother all the time, like just looking at us. Like, they always think he's the older one and I'm the younger one.
What does your brother look like now? Let's see a picture.
Oh, I have to find him.
Cynthia, he has a girlfriend. I'm kidding.
I know.
No, he doesn't, actually.
I know he doesn't. I'm just
How tall are you, Cynthia?
I am, you know what, growing up, I think the doctor told me I was 5'4" once and I ran with it. But everyone I know is like, no, I think you're taller than 5'4". I'm like, no, I'm 5'4". So now I've compromised and say I'm 5'5".
Are you taller than Emily?
Yes.
She's 6'10".
Shut up.
6'10". She plays center for the for the Atlanta team.
Oh no, about Megan Thee Stallion.
What weight did I guess the first time?
I don't remember.
Okay, I'm gonna say 140.
Very close. Very close.
You guessed 120, by the
That's
way.
what I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess 138.
Holy fuck, that is exactly right. Oh my God, Flav.
So in other words, when you wake up in the morning and you eat breakfast, you hit 140.
I don't eat 2 pounds of food.
That's a lot of
Actually,
food.
it fluctuates, but I think at the highest, it's like 138. I try not to measure myself after I eat, so I can't say how much I weigh after I eat.
Or before you have to go to the bathroom.
But yeah, always weigh myself after I poop. Yeah. So I haven't reached my goal weight, but my birthday passed and I'm not really in a rush right now, so I'm pumping the brakes.
Happy belated, my dear.
Thanks.
That's right.
Happy birthday again.
Thanks. I feel old.
Happy 24th.
Oh, that's like
Thank you. I also have been around women all my life, so.
What are you trying to get down to, like 128 or something?
No, 133.
Oh, okay.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
She's trying to disappear.
She wants to lose 5 pounds.
Yes.
Well, then that explains why she's not that worried about it right now.
No offense,
Well-
but I feel like every woman says they want to lose 5 pounds. I don't buy it.
Well, to her credit, she's already lost 10 pounds.
Yes, exactly. So I feel like I've accomplished enough and I'm not really rushed to hit those other 5 pounds. Just like I unpacked most of my stuff. I have 2 boxes here that I haven't done. And like I've done so much, I don't want to finish it.
Also, you moved since the last time I've seen you on Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling you, that's your new place. Just,
Oh, it's great.
Now, do you still have a roommate?
Nope, I'm by myself.
We were just talking about that. The joys of being single.
Although the one thing that scares me is that I have a fire escape now. And like with Sam's story, I'm like so fucking freaked out.
I'm
Like
sorry, I did not mean to freak you out. You know what you should do? You should get like get a window gate.
Oh, yeah.
You should
but
have
then,
a
like,
window gate installed.
what's the view? God,
What's
what
a
if
window
somebody
gate?
comes in?
Sounds like a scandal.
That's
Honest
funny.
to God, like it looks like jail bars on your window.
Yeah, and it's only for the window where like there's a fire escape access. So you install it. It's like an extra lock, so that way people can't break in if you're concerned about it.
and it slides closed, right? Like it folds in on itself.
Some of them do
Some of them
slide.
do.
I have one that like opens inward. So
Did you install it yourself or management installed it?
Or did
no,
you
I
call
had a locksmith come do it.
Are you serious? How much was it to get it done? Or just to buy it? I can install it myself.
I'll text you.
Whoa, it sounds
Oh,
maybe not.
but now she's double worried. She's double worried to not have it, and now she's double
He's like-
worried to install it.
He's like, I got to check my privilege on this one. I'm
But
just kidding,
Sam,
Sam. I was just alluding to
I know,
your
I
job.
know.
Sure, don't you?
I know. No, no. I mean, well, I don't know what you think expensive is.
Oh,
cheap.
hello there, big guy.
I think it was like 200.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not terrible.
I don't know.
They were local. It was. I mean,
And that included the cost of the gate.
it was all inclusive. Yeah, every.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
And,
gate.
and installation.
The gate and the installation all together, it was like it was like after tip too. So it was
Not
not,
bad.
yeah, it's not terrible.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I put a picture of me standing with my brother on the group chat. So if you
How
want
recent
to
is this
weigh in on
picture though?
who looks older,
Aww.
How recent is this picture?
like a year maybe.
Okay.
I think it wasn't last Christmas, but a year and a half. It was the Christmas before last
I really like your hair in this picture.
I do too, actually.
when it used to be red.
Yeah.
The
But
problem
you know,
is
I have a thing for redheads, so.
the problem with me personally being a redhead is that given that I'm not a natural redhead, then I have to color my hair red, and the red dye bleeds all over the place, so that you get red spots on my pillow. When I wash my hair, the shower looks like I'm a guest at the Bates Motel. Like,
Nah.
I'm sick and tired of staining everything, so I stopped doing
You have
that.
soul glow hair, basically.
And Misha says he appreciates
Coming to America.
That's right. I love that
lack of
movie.
bleeding. But yeah, that's the only reason why I don't have that color anymore is because it bleeds.
Oh, I hear you. There
And
isn't enough money in the world to buy my daughter off. Nonsense.
I think they're
Here's the
rebooting. I
thing.
think they're rebooting that.
They are. I heard.
Yep.
Rebooting what?
Coming to
to
America.
Coming to
with
America.
Eddie Murphy and
Oh,
Arsenio
are you
Hall.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Are they gonna have Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Eddie and Arsenio.
That might be it. So it's not a reboot. It's like a long delayed sequel.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
All I know is Dune and all other movies will
I
cease
just
to
hope
exist.
well, if they do it, I just hope it's not as horrible as Cobra Kai is.
What?
Some people love
Yo,
Cobra
now
Kai,
you
though.
have to understand that Sam is
Kidding.
actually being sarcastic.
Kidding.
Like you couldn't tell. I could tell right away. Like I could tell right away what Sam was doing.
Some people really love that show. I like really love that show.
I liked it a
No,
lot.
most
more
people
than I
do.
was expecting
In all
to,
fairness, I
so.
wasn't looking at him. I was looking in a different window on my screen. So, and facial expression says it all with sarcasm.
Mhm.
Listen, Mike
Unless
chopped me
you're
down like a
you.
tree over Cobra Kai. I felt like
Oh.
I felt like an evergreen when I started the conversation. I was done. I felt like a bonsai. Like
I showed no mercy.
he chopped me right down.
Yeah, no, I was. Oh no, I was. That was total sarcasm. Yeah, that was total sarcasm. I liked the show a lot more than I was expecting to. So
Yeah.
I did too. I wasn't expecting to like the show, to be honest. I thought I was going to be tired and hackneyed, and I was totally wrong.
hmm
Showing Daniel as the bully is fantastic, actually.
yeah,
That was my criticism, and Mike had to correct me because
Yeah,
I felt like after watching, were you privy to that conversation where I felt like after watching the first season, I felt some type of way like y'all, not that Daniel was the bully, but all the characters that were the good guys all of a sudden turned into the bad guys by the end of the season, and I was feeling some kind of way like, wait a minute, this kid who's being bullied and goes to Cobra Kai, now he's the bad guy. I'm like, man, but Mike had to correct me.
yes.
But I was feeling some type of way, like, and it was unresolved for me. So you understand where I was feeling, Sam?
Yeah.
I do. And did any of you see that video on YouTube that deconstructed the original Karate Kid and was basically like Daniel-san was actually the bad guy?
The bad guy, yeah.
Box on, box off.
Yeah, I'm not really, I could be swayed either way on that one, but they
Mhm,
had
me too.
some interesting arguments for that thesis.
Well, that even plays out in the head of Johnny, and Johnny's head in throughout the series.
Right.
Like he sees Daniel LaRusso as the bad guy.
Well, for
and
heaven's sake, he did kind of steal his girl.
Yeah, and beat him up.
So yeah, I mean that's yeah. So there is an argument to be. There is two sides to that one.
Just waiting for Elizabeth Shue to show up.
I know. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
that's
though, it's
season
Elizabeth
3.
Shue, so it's not hard to like.
What about Elizabeth Sock?
Well, I'm just saying it's Elizabeth Shue. It's not hard to imagine that guys would fight over her, but not that anyone ever should. It's not a valid.
You know what's
reason,
funny
but,
though?
like, in Hollywood
I was
land,
watching Back to the Future, and I watched the first one where he's got the girlfriend with the cute girlfriend with the normal sized head.
the redhead.
Leah Thompson.
Leah
Well,
Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson's the mom.
Oh, that's right.
And his girlfriend.
No. Leah
Oh yeah, you're right. She was just attracted to
They
him.
had like another actress play the girlfriend in the first one. And
Yeah,
then,
with a normal sized head, cute girl. And then so you see the end of the first one. They're all excited and Rose.
Elizabeth
we're
Shue
going.
has a big head, right? Is that what it is?
That's what I'm getting to. It's so big that it's going to take me a while to get there. So you see the end of the first
Merciless
episode.
slave.
End of the first episode is great. The acting, they're all excited. Then the second episode comes on and they redo a portion of the dialogue, but this time it's like subdued. Like the actors are either a little tired or all high off their success or like high off something else. So it's not as acted the same. And then all of a sudden this big head woman comes in the frame and is his girlfriend. And like the whole time when they're like, what is she doing in here? And like, what are we going to do? And he knocks her out. I'm just like thinking of jokes about how big her head is.
Oh my God, that's so.
Never found Elizabeth Shue to be attractive. Cynthia, stop it. I don't want to hear anything.
What?
I never found. Okay. I
She
never
wasn't
found
paying
Elizabeth. I never found Elizabeth Shue to be attractive
Who's Elizabeth Shue?
until she turned like 50.
She's an actress.
Oh, here we go.
You
Elizabeth
generally
Shue.
do not find women attractive until they turn 50. So, like that's
Oh, she's pretty.
and that's your, that's your style, and that's cool.
I mean, no, I
That's
find
how
women
you
attractive.
roll.
I just have an affinity for older women, yes, but I do find women
That's-
attractive that
that
are
was-
50.
But also, like,
That was the joke I just made. But all right.
No, I know.
He's on the hunt for cougars. It's not his
Yeah.
fault.
No,
Gal Gadot isn't 50.
do you? Oh, Gal Gadot is so pretty.
She's
Mhm.
gorgeous
How
though.
old
But
is
yeah,
Gal
no, I think
Gadot
Elizabeth
anyway?
she's very.
I think she's
Elizabeth-
30 something. 38 maybe?
Gal Gadot.
30-ish.
Gal Gadot,
30,
yeah.
30-ish.
She's
late 30s.
Oh
late
wait,
30s.
she's not old. She's like
Do you
younger.
think Elizabeth?
36 or
Let me
37.
Do you
look
think
this up.
Elizabeth? You think Elizabeth Shue was ahead of her time, or
Yes.
what?
Really,
Yeah.
Mike? That's what you're doing, man?
What do you
That's
mean ahead of
that's
it?
what you're doing, man.
Jesus, I get it. I delayed reaction. I got it.
I like Ish that you
Oh,
cut
Gal
off
Gadot
late
is 35.
completely.
like that's what you're doing, bro.
35? She's younger than I thought. But a lot of
Ahead of her
actresses
time.
don't like mature or age or
Well-
blossom until like later on in life.
Like Jennifer
Like,
Connelly.
Winslet
Oh,
looks-
Jennifer Connelly, yeah.
Yeah,
She got
Jennifer
really pretty when
Connelly.
she hit like 40. It was like, whoa. I
Okay.
mean, she's always been pretty to me, but when
Good
she hit
night,
40,
Raul.
Good night.
All right, good night, Raul.
But
Okay,
like
next-
if you think about Kate Winslet, she looks so much better now than she did when she was like younger.
Mm.
preach, 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 preach.
She looked she wasn't bad looking, but like compared to now, whew,
Yeah.
Wait,
preach.
who did you say again? Sorry.
Kate Winslet.
Oh, I
like
haven't
that-
even seen what she looks like recently.
Or like that girl from The Mummy, the British girl from The Mummy.
Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
she looks better older.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
Let's
she
see what
does.
she looked like younger. Let me Google this. Rachel Weisz.
Honestly, she looked like a lot of. She looked. This is gonna sound.
Really, really weird.
This is gonna sound a little bit crude, but honestly, like, I feel like I could be related to her. Like, she looks vaguely like some of my cousins, and like,
Are you saying she looks really Jewish?
yes.
Wait, now or when she was younger?
Always. But it's not. That's not an insult, though. I think she's a very attractive woman.
I think only in some pictures.
I think she's a very attractive woman, but I mean, she does have very like Jewish features. So
Really?
I think so. I think so.
Like the nose?
The nose, like the hair, there's like it has that Jewish curl about it.
I
Speaking
just know
of,
she has some strong eyebrows.
Does that? Yep. That yes.
speaking of the Jewish community, did you sorry, did
What
you
a
read
transition.
Go on. Go on.
Did you read in the news recently something about like how the issue has cropped up again
In the Hasidic Jew community?
in the Hasidic Jewish community with the social distancing and masks leading to
Yeah.
an uptick in COVID, and
Yeah.
they're actually talking about like reinstituting a stay-at-home order in specific zip codes.
I'm so sick of their shit. But
Yeah.
and I'm not surprised.
Well, the problem with COVID is everywhere is like upticking and low ticking, and we're just ticking all over the place. It's like people do not understand, like, there needs to be consistency.
People don't understand how sensitive it is either, that if you do one minor thing different, it makes a big
we need
change.
good leader. We need like good messaging and good leadership. Need to be like, stay your ass home for a whole year. I don't care how good it starts to get. When it gets good, stay home for a whole nother year until the shit is like wiped off of the face of the country. But people just get excited. Like, there's no.
Hypothetically, I would agree. Hypothetically, I see where you're coming from, but like in theory, I see where you're coming from, but in practice, I think the problem is that like humans by nature are social creatures. So like people, so it's
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to be smarter than that. We keep thinking we're smarter than all the other animals, but keep proving ourselves wrong.
But I do think it's bad for, I don't know, I think it's bad for mental health to be cooped up in the house for
is.
for that long.
It unquestionably is.
There has to be a
You know what
balance,
else is-
I feel.
You know what else is bad for mental health? When all your friends start dying.
Yeah, that too.
Well, that's not good for mental health, but I think the point is that I think that the messaging needs to be of a harm reduction approach, because I feel like that, like at this point, the horses out of the barn. People are gonna do whatever the fuck people are gonna bend the rules anyways.
They should put something in the water and just put everyone in a coma for a year.
Okay.
And then
Now you
And
sound
then-
like
and then we'll wake up. We'll wake up and the shit'll be fine because we're not smart enough to quarantine ourselves. So
Or why don't we just all get it and then survival of the fittest?
that's what's gonna end up happening.
That's
Darwin.
that is one theory, and it's possible. The problem is that that's going to involve like to get herd immunity. That's going to like
Millions
involve
millions of
like,
deaths.
that's going to involve
yeah,
like,
that's the
surviving,
problem.
like 3 waves of it. So
That's what I'm saying, survival of the fittest.
Reach.
Yeah.
But that's like, now you sound like you saying everyone should be put in a coma so they quarantine is about this, is the same as the time that Misha's friend, is the same thing that Misha's friend said basically about like just having everybody skip over middle school because it was so horrible.
No, I disagree.
I skipped 3rd grade. I don't think. Apparently, I didn't miss.
No,
it.
but I mean, like Misha's friend said that people should something like the teen.
No, my idea is good. That idea
Who are
is
these
just
friends?
cynical. That idea is a cynical
Oh,
idea.
Misha's friend from high school.
I'm just playing around.
My idea could work. It's a
Oh,
good
that's
idea.
what they said. That's what they said. They should be under house arrest for middle school.
Middle school sucked though.
Middle school, we did a Weemaway.
I wasn't the biggest fan of middle school either. It was
We
kinda
did a
like-
Weemaway in middle school.
I never went to middle
Misha,
school.
tell me this later.
Oh,
I
you
can't
didn't-
listen to 2 people at once.
So Ish, you
No.
never did a Weemaway.
No,
Never
for
did a
us,
Weemaway, did you?
for us, our middle school was kinder- was
It was K through 6 and 7 through 12.
it was K through 8th.
Oh,
Weemaway.
Well, and you know, that's interesting because I feel like there's a very different social dynamic between like whether you're in like a K through 8 school versus like a middle school with like 6th through 8th grades isolated. Because like Misha talks about like going to how he went to like a school in Spain where it was like K through 12 was all in the same building, and how the older kids didn't really bully or like go through the whole like thinking they're the shit and they need to pick on the little guys because they need to like, you know, because they felt they needed to set an example for the younger kids because the younger kids were there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting.
Well, I never really saw the younger kids because I was on a different floor.
mm.
It doesn't work.
What, the older kids were in a different floor?
Yeah, we were separated by grade. So like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade was in one section, and then like, you know, 4th, 3rd, and you know, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, you know, the top floor. The youngest kids were on the 1st floor. And then like, you know, as you got older, 2nd floor, and then, you know, by the time you got to 8th grade, you were on the 3rd, or 6th grade, you were on the 3rd floor. Well, no, because I got to the 3rd floor when I was in 5th grade, but the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are on a different side of the hall. And then we're talking like the length of the school when I say different side of the hall.
You know what
I mean?
this reminds me of is that, what was that book where like the school was built wrong, and that children's book where the school was built wrong and all the classrooms were built on top of each other, so it was like a 30 floor tall school instead of
We only had 3 floors, but I was in a Montessori elementary school system, so you know, it was kind of different.
Yeah, and each elevator went one direction. Exactly.
We didn't have elevators.
No, I was talking. Misha was referring to the book, the Sideways Stories from Wayside School or whatever. That's what it
Sounds
is.
like what's that? Where the sidewalk ends, and
It's not a Shel Silverstein book. I don't
Shel
remember who wrote it, but it's not a Shel
Maurice
Silverstein book.
Sendak.
Maurice Sendak?
No, it's not. Like
Jack
it's a
from
chapter.
Lucky? Like
I don't
Maurice
know.
Sendak
It's
is
a
where the
chapter book.
sidewalk ends.
not Shel Silverstein, right?
Maurice Sendak. What did Maurice Sendak write?
Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh, Where the Wild Things
And
Are.
Jumanji,
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Not Where the Sidewalk Ends.
No, Where the Sidewalk Ends is Shel Silverstein.
Yeah, I know. I said not Where the Sidewalk Ends.
What's the other one Shel Silverstein wrote that's just like Where the Sidewalk Ends?
The Missing Piece. I don't know.
She wrote 2 books.
The
that
Giving
were,
Tree, The Missing Piece.
Where the Sidewalk Ends is just kind of like weird, fun poems.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember
What's
Oh,
the name
okay.
of the
what
one?
it was called.
She wrote 2 books that were very similar. One is Where the Sidewalk Ends, and I forget the other one. They're like
Wait a
staples
minute,
in the English literature.
wait a minute. Shel Silverstein. I
I
always
mean,
thought
yeah,
Shel Silverstein was a
yeah,
man.
I know. Yeah,
Where the Sidewalk Ends is Shel Silverstein.
yeah, but there's another one, a companion book to that.
Written by a woman.
No, written by Shel Silverstein.
Written by Shel Silverstein.
It's just like Where the Sidewalk Ends. It's like
Why was Where the Sidewalk Ends banned?
it wasn't banned in my school.
It was one of the most challenged children's books because many parents view it as rebellious. The book was banned from West Allis, Milwaukee school libraries because of drug reference, suicide, death, and a disrespect for truth and authority.
What? I do not remember that.
How about The Attic?
It was A Light in the Attic. A Light in the Attic and Where the Sidewalk
Yeah, that's
Ends.
the other one. Yes.
They were both like companion books.
Did Shel also do the illustrations, or was that someone else? Because the illustrations are kind of cool.
I think he did do the illustration because he was an illustrator.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Wow.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
We even discussed Shel Silverstein books. Oh, I was just talking to them.
So the
Breaking the
ladies and
fourth
gentlemen,
wall.
From
Whoever
to
made the
Shel
out there.
Silverstein.
This is what we do.
Lyricism in the 20th and the 21st centuries.
That's like a college course right there.
Yeah.
What about Shel Silverstein?
But no, what
From Snoop?
lyricism in the 20th century, like in the 21st and
From
20th
Snoop?
centuries, like
To Shel Silverstein. Lyricism in the 20th
yeah,
and 21st centuries.
you're onto something with that.
Boom.
Wait, what? So you're saying that like a literature analysis class could be like, so what you're proposing is a literature analysis class that analyzes both poetry and rap and discusses the similarities between the two?
Some rap is poetry.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Okay.
what
Yeah,
I'm
well, we could discuss the similarities. Yeah, we could, and also the dissimilarities too. We could
Yeah,
break
especially-
down.
when I say poetry, I mean like written, like traditional, like in book poetry.
Yeah.
It's too late, Emily. You're busted. Emily's canceled again.
Yeah, we can
That
break
was
down
implied.
what makes Snoop a great MC.
No, he sucks.
Cadence, voice, flow, rhythm, internal rhymes, storytelling, battle, beat many people in battle rhymes. Like, he's done it all. He's covered all the bases.
Why are we doing this
Of what
again?
makes because
Yeah,
you were gone.
Yeah,
Because
but
you were gone earlier.
I'm kind of glad I was gone.
Well, this is what Sam and the people want. I'm just giving them the college course they deserve.
I don't
What people?
remember asking for it, but okay.
I'm with Cynthia on that.
I thought we were done with this subject.
Yo, I'm with Emily on that.
Not all students. Not all students are going to apply themselves in this
Not all
class.
students are receptive.
Which is why Sam happens to excel in this class. and
All
the rest of you
not
are,
all students signed up for the class. We didn't expect the
Maybe write
teacher.
I thought this was an elective.
It's a 101.
Write us all up and send us to the principal's office.
It's a 101.
Take us
So-
off the dean's list.
The principal's in quarantine.
Excuse me. Yeah.
I just want to say though, Flav, just to be honest with you, I don't dislike Snoop Dogg.
I do.
I'm just not a fan
Why
of
do
his
you
music.
dislike him? I don't dislike
I'm
him.
not
Well,
a
that's
fan of his
fine.
music.
I mean,
I'm just teasing.
Doggy Style Stands Up is one of the best. I mean,
Wow.
certainly one of the best hip hop records ever made, but also it's on list as one of the best records ever made. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't
I'm
do anything to affect my opinion of that. I'm not a fan of his music.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
Well, yeah, it's taste.
everyone's
It's,
allowed to have their own
just-
taste.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're allowed to have shitty taste. That's totally fine.
That,
Nothing-
Yes,
No.
but
that,
Kendrick Lamar is a great rapper, so if this is a dig at him, that's
No, certainly not. I was the first to stand up for Sam's choice and say Kendrick Lamar is a great rapper.
Kendrick Lamar is
'cause
a
you're
great
saying
rapper.
Snoop is better. That's why.
but the point is that like your definition
no
of
Snoop
shit,
Dogg.
your definition of shitty music might, and I don't think Snoop is shitty music, but like your definition of shitty music might differ from Joe Schmo down the road. So I
Yeah,
don't.
but Joe Schmo ain't shit.
Yeah, but what Mike
But Joe Schmo's allowed to have his opinion.
what Mike did
Joe
was
Schmo is Joe Schmo
What-
can
what
have a
Mike-
shitty opinion.
what Mike did was make a logical fallacy and try to pass it for acceptable. He didn't say that. He didn't give an opinion of crappy music. He said that jokingly, obviously, he said that because I said that I don't, I'm not particularly a fan of his music, that I'm a fan of crappy music by not being a fan of his music. Obviously, jokingly in jest, but you know
That
what
is a logical
I mean?
fallacy.
Yeah.
yeah.
That is a massive logical fallacy. The
It's
two are
cool,
not
like-
Wait,
mutually
no, did I say
exclusive.
that you're a fan of crappy music, or did I say that you had shitty taste?
You said
Well,
you said
it-
shitty taste.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess my inference would be in music
Yeah,
because I don't prefer Snoop's music.
Right.
Like if I have crappy taste, I would assume it would mean in music, which I don't think one necessarily concludes the other. That because I don't like a thing, that everything that I do like must be crappy.
No, not that everything you like. It's just that there are some things that are great that you don't like. That's all.
well, they're
No-
great
no
to
shame.
you, but they might be shitty to someone else.
I don't know. I would never say.
taste.
I would never say that his music was like, for instance, I often use the same thing over and over. I'm not a fan of Maxwell, but I
Okay.
would never tell you that he can't sing. I would
Oh,
never tell
okay,
you
yeah.
that he doesn't make great music.
All
I
right,
think just
yeah, so we're totally
I'm not
good.
a fan of it. You understand what I'm saying?
We were totally on the same wavelength.
I would
Yeah,
never
that's
say
how I
that
feel about
Ariana
Snoop Dogg.
Grande can't sing.
Like I'm never
But
gonna say
she can.
Snoop's. She can blow.
But we all agree that what's that horrible? We all agree Ashanti cannot sing.
No, Alicia Keys.
What shit?
I don't think.
Oh,
we
I mean,
Oh.
Ashanti's worse. Ashanti's worse though. Like
She is.
Ashanti's
Yes,
worse.
she is.
you guys are so mean.
But Alicia Keys
No.
is right there with her.
Well, Alicia, it's not so much that she can't
What
sing.
did she
It's
do
that
to you?
she-
really, I want to know.
She
For real.
chooses to sing in a
How did she
register.
hurt you?
People pretending like she's not flat, and she really thinks she's not flat. Like come on,
Right,
Alicia.
and she really thinks she can sing soprano notes, which she's like,
Show me
A
on
lower
this ball
alto
where
all
she
day,
hurt
like-
you.
she's like, she should not try to sing in that register. She should stick to like the Macy Gray register. See, Macy Gray's smart. Macy Gray is
Yeah.
like, I have no range.
She
I'm gonna
knows what she can't
sing.
do.
I'm gonna sing right in the same.
I try to say goodbye and I joke. Try to
See?
walk away and yo.
See, not a
I
lot of
love it.
notes, not a
And I
lot of
love it.
range, but she does it very well. Alicia,
Cyndi
on the other
Lauper knows
hand,
what she can't do.
Alicia, on the other hand,
Did you just come
Thanks.
for Cyndi Lauper again?
I love Cyndi Lauper. but she knows what she can't do, which is why
She
I
knows
love
her
her because she's so
limitations.
good at what
Yeah,
she
you gotta
can
know
do.
your limitations.
That's true.
Alicia Keys be singing like, "Wait, why are you doing this, sweetheart? You can't do that. That ain't you." You know what I mean? Listen, the opening game of the NFL season, she sang "Lift Every Voice and Sing" live. She sang it live on the piano on a football field, and the first 75% of the song was horrible,
Yep.
but the last 25% was really good.
Mm-hmm.
See, people, this is what happens when you encourage people too much. You got to know when to discourage people.
Oh
Or at
my
least,
god.
or at least put them in perspective, right?
I
This
don't
is
think
where
she's a bad singer.
that's not a glowing review.
Yeah, I don't think she's a
That's
bad
like,
singer.
yeah, take your
Yay,
car.
Alicia.
Yo, take your car over to the mechanics on, Smith and Western over there. They're not bad. They're not. That's not a bad mechanic. They won't kill your car over there.
Don't get me wrong.
Glowing review.
Alicia Keys has had some songs that I'm like,
Yeah,
all right.
she's had her
Like,
moments.
yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I
feeling
honestly
this.
think she's a cool person. You know, I
Yeah.
like that whole
She's a
not
husband
wearing
stealer.
makeup thing and all that stuff. I think that's cool. I just think she
Whose
should
marriage
not.
did she break up?
I don't mind
Miss
the whole
Beats.
not wearing makeup thing, but I
He
gotta
was
be
married
honest,
before her?
It's a lot
Mhm.
easy. It's pretty easy to like pull. It's pretty easy to make that kind of political statement when you look like Alicia Keys.
He was married
That's
during
true.
her.
Well, I mean, hey, she still sacrifices looks for that whole thing. I mean, she could look.
She does have the
Even
crooked
nicer.
nose.
Stunning. She is
She's still-
stunning.
She's
Like,
cool.
Beautiful.
She's cool. She's
She
cool.
does have the crooked nose.
okay.
What?
You could tell her nose was broken at some point in her life.
So was mine.
Yeah, but your nose isn't crooked.
Hey,
She
who
doesn't
was
have a crooked
who was
nose.
she married? Who was
Swift Beats.
was married to before? No,
Swizz Beatz.
before.
Oh,
No.
Some
before.
chick that was on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, okay.
someone from Love and Hip Hop.
She was on it because she was married to Swizz Beats, and her story was,
Okay, now
you
I'm
know
on
how-
the theory.
you know how TV, they want ratings, and she has like
Yeah.
this story, like Swizz Beats was married to her and left her for Alicia Keys. That's the only thing that made her relevant. So they, that's like a story she could tell, and they could be all up in that business, and they were. Like they was all
Her
up in the
nose
business.
does not look crooked. What is
Okay.
wrong with you?
It does to me, but I'm like
Such
super.
a hater. I think because you
I
hate
know
her.
about.
I'm a
Nose.
hater on Alicia Keys of all people. I do have a poster in my comic book room that I throw darts at.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I'm always trying to throw her nose straight.
Oh,
Nose is not crooked, dude.
Okay.
Now
Makeup and
show me on this doll where she hurt you.
show me on the doll. Yeah.
tell me about your life.
Right in the heart. Right in the heart. The moment she married Swiss Beats.
Mashonda Tifrere, born January 7th, 1978, is an American singer from Boston, Massachusetts. In 2004, she married record producer Swizz Beatz. In 2001, she was part of a first season of VH1's reality show Love and Hip Hop New York. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Yep.
Alicia Keys was?
No, Swizz
this
Beatz'
other
first
person.
wife.
Oh.
This other person. I wonder if she could sing.
Alicia Keys can sing, okay? You guys are just...
Okay, I agree.
She can sing okay. She can sing
She
okay.
can sing okay.
Okay.
No, that's
Yeah.
not. Oh, that's not what I meant. The
I mean, I
okay-
thought her first album was cute. For like honestly, I mean,
Sam, you stop, Sam.
She can sing okay if she sang in her
I'm being
register.
serious. I'm being serious.
Anytime anyone uses the word cute, I'm always expecting it to be sarcastic. It's like, oh, how cute. You know what I mean?
All right, fine. I thought, all right, I'll say that. No, I thought her first album was all right. I didn't mind it. Like, for a 19-year-old, like I feel like that was perfectly fine. And
You were like, bless her heart.
no, I'm not like bless her heart. No, I loved Fallen when it came out. And I
Let's
thought
keep
that-
it real. If she didn't have that piano, no one would know who she was.
No, I know.
If she didn't
But
know
I
how
mean,
to play
like,
piano.
The problem with that is that, like, you know, she kept playing the same kind. She kept making the same kind of music that she's been making since she's 19 years old, and it's just like, all right, well, at a certain point, like, I just need more.
But if it works,
Yeah,
then
that's
why-
all she's got.
I mean,
That's
it's like
all she wrote.
It's like that Set It Off soundtrack when I heard Brandy singing with like Aretha Franklin and CeCe Winans.
I know,
I'm like,
and it's like, really?
Now,
I'm like-
Brandy can sing, though.
but thank God
Brandy-
for that.
Not
Thank God for that
really.
melody because she was out of her league. Like,
Brandy-
thank God for that
Yeah.
melody.
Brandy can sing.
Yeah, but
Brandy
she was
can
out of her
sing.
league there.
Who was
She
she with?
was
CeCe Winans and who?
in Aretha.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
like,
Brandy can
you know,
sing, though.
The melody saved her life on that
I
track.
think Alicia Keys is a better singer than Brandy.
No, no.
Yeah,
No.
I
nah.
think they have different styles, though. I think you can't really compare them.
I'm taking Brandy and Monica over Alicia every day of the week.
Oh, every single day of the week.
Oh,
Like
so
every day of the
what
Every
week.
you're telling me-
single.
What you're
Every
telling me
single
is the
one.
boy is yours.
It's like, I don't get down on the first night.
Yeah, so I
I might even put Maya over Alicia Keys.
wait. Yeah, I mean,
That's
seriously,
just That's mean.
That's like middle school mean.
That's mean.
I took a trip all the way upstate, and we
I'm
were
not here for
blasting
that.
Brandy the whole time, and she was jamming for hours. Like, honestly, you don't even remember how many jams Brandy had. Brandy was the shit, and she was running those mixtapes too when they had the hip hop beats, like.
Oh, yeah, she was dope on a hip hop
R&B. She was
Got
like,
me
oh
thinking
man,
about you, I must confess, I'm
she
a
was the
mess
shit.
for you.
She was the shit.
Sitting up in my room. Listen, I'd rather listen to Ghetto Superstar. Now let me stop. Let me stop.
Yeah. Okay. Come on now. Let's not.
Let's
not
be
Let me
nice.
stop.
Let's not get carried away.
Let me stop.
Mhm.
Shakira is better than Alicia Keys.
Oh, that's
I think her people gonna sue
My
someone.
lips aren't lying. I'm starting to feel this bad. Shakira, but you know what though? I would still rather watch Shakira because Shakira is like an electric performer. So I would still like rather watch her like do her concert than like, you know, watch Alicia Keys like try and sit between and straddle two pianos.
and to like do an Elton John thing.
Hmm.
Hey, one girl, two pianos.
Let me stop. Let me stop hating on Alicia Keys.
Thank you.
Don't. That's,
Cynthia said I'm hating.
You are
you are,
hating.
you are hating. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
You know why I can't hate on Alicia Keys? Because she's given a bunch of like mediocre singers like something to aspire to. You know, like there's a bunch of mediocre singers all across. There's a bunch of mediocre singers all across America who are like, I too can do that.
Oh my god.
Bad baby or bad whatever her name is.
No, that doesn't. She doesn't count as
She's
mediocre.
horrible. That's not mediocre. She's horrible. But she's like, you know what?
Oh my god.
Like, if you can't sing, learn to play piano. Learn, like, pick up a guitar. Like, do something, like, add some flair to your shit and look, you know, real pretty too. And, you know.
That's what Prince said to Beyonce.
Adele is the next
Oh,
slacker
well,
role model
Beyonce
after
can
Alicia
sing.
Keys. Adele is the next slacker role model.
Wow.
He's like, all you got to do is sing the same song over and over,
Mhm.
and
Well,
you'll make it.
Adele can sing, though.
Yeah, but
Adele
she
can
sings the same song.
She does. She does.
You know
It's-
what's funny about them
her
singing
voice-
the same song? That's
Oh.
what the labels push is like, they go for that same song that made it last time. And if you're not a real true enough artist, you're like, okay, do whatever the label says.
Yeah.
Let's make this money.
I'm not hating on Adele's vocals. I'm talking about that trend
No, I
she
got
set.
you.
where-
Oh, correct. No,
I
yeah.
got you.
No, her voice
I
is
got you.
really like her voice is the reason she has that career because it's just such an interesting voice to listen to.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
so unique.
And those Bantu braids she likes to wear.
Oh, what? Oh my God!
Oh, shush.
Let people enjoy things. Jesus.
No,
Like,
I said it was cool. I
Yeah.
don't know what y'all talking about.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like got like people.
You're
like,
saying the general you. You're saying
yeah, like
cancel
oh my god,
culture.
let people enjoy things. Like stop, shush. Like,
I'm just waiting for her to drop a reggaeton album.
No, that's
that would no. You know
that's
what? Though?
regular reggae. Reggaeton is Puerto Rican.
You know
She
what?
I
was
want her to
like
cover.
Jamaican.
I want her to cover Beanie Man.
Again, that's reggae, not
I know. I
reggaeton.
know.
Who got the keys to my
Thank you, Emily.
I know.
Thank you.
I want her to cover Beanie Man.
Who am I? Yeah, no.
Again, I had to clarify.
Yeah. That would be more interesting if she did a reggae album just so she did something different. I mean, gee, come on now.
Right. Go rock.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some rock.
Anything.
It's the reason why I really like the current, and I'll say it again, I've said it before, I like the current Miley Cyrus album.
No,
The one
she's
she just-
talented. She's talented.
The one she just put out is so
She's got a voice. She's
Grown
actually
up.
talented.
I'm a fan of her voice.
When I saw her, I saw her on the MTV Awards, and she's definitely developed like a very different sound.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
she did some
Billie
jazzy
Holiday-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's got some flavor.
Billie
That's the
Holiday.
flavor.
Not Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday. Janice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
Billie Holiday. It's
Wow.
very Billie Holiday-ish. Yeah. She's very
She's
grown
got
up.
flavor.
Like
she's got flavor.
you wouldn't think she's who she was. You'd never think she was like this Disney kid. What she's doing now. You know what I mean? Like she's
No.
something
I mean,
different
she's been
now.
trying to break away from that image for a long time now.
Yeah.
Even her previous videos, like all hypersexualized and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
This
But
is
I'm not
this
a
is
fan
a very
of her because she's always sounded like a man ever since she was 12. And
she does sound like a guy.
Sounds like he sounds like a man.
Really? I never got that.
12. That's insane. Her voice is so deep. I can't.
It is.
Not a
She's
fan.
very
You never liked
jazz
Lisa-
rock right now.
You never like Lisa Left Eye Lopez?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't
she
think
had
her
that
voice,
ma-
it wasn't Miley
Lisa-
Cyrus deep.
Oh no,
And Miley
Lisa's
Cyrus has a
got
very deep voice.
Lisa's got the low voice.
Really?
Lisa's-
I don't think so.
Oh, I
Yeah, she do. That's not Lisa Lopez though. That's T-Boz.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think.
Yeah,
Left-
actually,
I
I was
think
gonna
Left
say
Eye
the
was
same,
the
yeah.
rapper.
Oh, right. All right, my bad, my bad.
And we,
But even that, it sounds feminine, but like Miley
Yeah.
Cyrus's voice sounds very masculine.
yeah, I have to admit, no, I had to give, yeah, I was kind of like not, yeah, I was kind of like, this is ridiculous. Like she's just ridiculous. And then I heard her cover Jolene, and I was like,
Oh my God, I was gonna say the same thing. That
I know, and then I was
backtrack
like-
session.
I was like, never mind, I'll shut up now.
I was like,
Yeah,
holy
no,
fuck,
she does her.
country is her thing. She's
Yeah.
She
No, that's
just
just the
covered
tip of the iceberg. That's
she
the
just
tip of the
covered
iceberg.
Hall and Oates on her new album, Maneater.
That's a good song. That would be a good song for her.
Oh, she kills it. She kills it.
I'm gonna go on mute and listen to one of these songs, and then I'll get back.
Yeah,
You know what I was just watching the other day?
no one cares.
That
What?
You should. Oh wow. You should
Okay.
Damn.
treat yourself to is Teen Wolf.
No.
Oh yeah, quintessential '80s movie. Teen Wolf. Remember Styles? This cool
Yeah.
friend with the sunglasses. You
Just
should
remember
be
when he
Styles.
turned into the wolf
We'll do Teen Wolf and you'll be Styles. You just rock the sunglasses.
How about we do Soul Man?
Me?
And I'll have you be Styles.
Let's do Soul Man and have
And
Sam play the lead.
I'll be the wolf. I got the beard.
Oh, okay. I'm
Let's-
game.
Let's do
Wait,
Soul Man
wait,
and
wait.
have Sam play the lead.
Soul Man?
Well, Ish is trying it right now.
That's okay. No, which movie was that again? Who's in that?
So, Soul Man is the one where the guy
C. Thomas
puts-
Howell.
he puts stuff on his face to make himself look black so he can get
Oh
a
no! Don't walk into that trap.
Oh my God.
So he can get into the black school.
yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
so well,
See
not even the
Thomas
black
Howell?
school, not even the black
God.
school, so he can get in through affirmative action.
Oh, and then there was this other movie that was like called Just One of the Boys. Do you remember that one now?
That
With,
sounds familiar.
With like the girl who's like dressing up as the boy. I forget why, but there's this.
Mm-hmm. I remember. Because she was pretty.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I remember that vaguely just crossed my. Now that we're talking
I
about,
remember her kissing the guy that she liked at the end of the movie on the beach at the party at night, and everyone were kind of shocked. I know exactly the movie you're talking about. Like she cut her hair, she had black hair, she cut her hair
Yep.
to become a guy. Yeah, I know exactly the movie. It's one of those 80s teen movies like Valley Girl and you know what I mean?
Yep.
Pretty in Pink and 16 Candles and Last American Virgin and you know what I mean? 80s movies.
Yep.
Meatballs and
You know what I couldn't really get into? That people try to tell me you got to watch anyway, but I just can't really bring myself to watch it. Is Back to the Future 3. I just can't do it.
Great.
why are people talking about that movie so much nowadays?
Because Donald Trump reminds you of being in a bad alternate. Well, it's like someone screwed up the timeline and everything's gone haywire. People feel like that, but yeah, he's like the Biff character in part 2. He gets rich off of some bullshit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do feel like his character was definitely definitely was supposed to feel like sort of Trumpian in part 2, or like a cross between Trump and Scarface, but for kids.
Right.
Trump and Scarface for kids.
Well, I mean, it was a PG-rated movie, but he had the whole like big bath, like the huge bathtub.
Are you sure? It must have been at least PG-13 because there were a lot of scenes with the woman who obviously had like fake boobs and they were kind of like very prominent through the dress and stuff.
Oh, I don't remember.
Speaking of Scarface, did you guys see that they're considering casting Michael B. Jordan for Tony Montana?
I heard you post that.
I didn't post that.
Oh, okay.
But I did see the post.
Somebody post something.
No, my ears are very sensitive, Emily. And plus,
yeah,
Facebook has that clicking sound when you post things. So
they posted it on a mutual group that we are in, Mike, and I commented on it for sure.
Yeah,
because somebody said, yeah, let's make like Chinese versions and all these different ethnic versions of Scarface, and
whenever
I'm
I
like,
see
right, because
posts,
we already had an Italian version,
Yeah, I saw that. That
I was
guy
being sarcastic.
He didn't even get what you meant. Like he glossed right over that statement.
Yeah.
I never take that stuff to be true because it just looks like bait to get all the kids upset. But I'm like, whatever. He could be Dominican or something,
He could be Cuban.
Right.
Which is what Scarface was, Cuban.
Right.
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan can just be playing a Cuban. There are black Cubans, there are white Cubans, there are mixed Cubans.
Right.
I tend to have a little more, when it comes to that sort of thing, I tend to have a little more open-mindedness when people are playing fictional characters. So,
that's what I was gonna say. They're fictional characters.
The fictional characters. I think there should be some leeway or some freedom to allow, cross.
I don't when they whitewash them though, because brothers and sisters.
Though.
That's different.
Yeah, that doesn't mean any. That doesn't hold any weight to me because people of color already don't have enough good roles to be like whitewashing characters. I don't like when they do that, and I think it's a cop out to say it's a fictional character. I mean, they did it with Prince of Persia. They did it with Gods of Egypt or whatever that one was called.
Yeah, that was horrible.
They did it with the Noah movie. I mean, and on. Like they're doing it like left and right.
Well, it started with Cleopatra.
Right.
Oh, back in the day, yeah.
So I take it then that you would not watch Laurence Olivier play Othello.
I mean,
which is
I mean, if it's some classic movie that people say is great and you gotta watch it, sure, I'll check it out with some friends, but I'll talk shit about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So personally, I think it depends. But
certainly not a new one. Not a new one that they try to come out with.
For me, it's kind of like how we always question, and I guess it's up to individual's discretion when we're going to separate art from an artist, so to speak. So
Mhm.
that's kind of how it is for me with film. Or it, on the one hand, as a creator, as someone who is creative and who writes and creates my own characters, creator in that I feel like you should protect the integrity of a creator's IP, what
Mhm.
they originally intended. So I'm certainly on that side. However, there are just instances where I can overlook things. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, okay, it was really good. Yeah, they did this. Me and Mike have had this conversation over and over about
Mhm.
why I have a problem with certain characters being cast outside of what they were originally intended to be, and that's on either side of the fence.
Yeah.
But then there are instances where, like, in Daredevil, for instance, I didn't have a problem with the Daredevil movie that, Michael Clark Duncan was Kingpin. He looks like Kingpin. Yes, he's black. Kingpin is white. It didn't, that's an example where I didn't have a problem with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So for me, there are cases like when they were talking about casting Michael B. Jordan as Superman, I had a problem with it.
Why?
Well, because for me,
Oh, yeah, actually, no, never mind. You've already explained why. I don't
Okay,
have a problem. I'm fine with that, actually. I don't think I see it as like, that's just me. Like, I understand what you're saying. I understand your point of view, but intellectual property and like,
well, with that one, it's not intellectual property. With that one, for me, it has to do with what is your motivation, because there are black dope characters that you could be pushing that exist that are equivalent to
and
Superman.
you could be making those movies instead, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you just doing it to get money out of my pocket and capitalize off of my plight rather than really trying to? So I'm weary of things like that. It doesn't mean that that's why they're doing it. I'm just weary of it in some cases.
Okay.
And we all know why I don't mind Black Superman, but I've mentioned that a few times.
What?
Well, I just think that the Superman character has a lot of black references already. Like his name sounds black to me. Kal-El sounds like a black name. He gets his power from the sun.
You do know his name is Jewish, right? Which could
like
be. That doesn't
melanin.
mean it can't be black, but
he gets his power from the sun. That's like melanin. That kind of thing. Yeah, I think there's some black references there.
Mm.
I would say that the references are small, but I think it comes from an understanding of what Superman is outside of like the intimate nature of the comic realm. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't necessarily get his power from the sun, but I understand why you will come to that conclusion based on that.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. There's no argument there, but I mean the Jewish man that created him actually named him. He gave him a Jewish name. I just want to throw that at you.
Jor-El?
Kal-El.
Oh, Kal-El.
Kal being his first name and El being his last name. Obviously, El.
Jor-El is his father, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, son of Jor-El.
Okay.
But no, I totally understand. I've seen some of the arguments that Mike is referring to, and I think they're credible outside of, if you're like intimately aware of, the comics canon. Absolutely. I think it's a credible argument. That's why I'm not arguing against Mike, and I never do when he makes that argument, or he poses that. I never argue against it.
I hear you.
It's not really much of an argument from my side. I just like to.
Sure, but I mean, yeah, for me
like
again, because he's a fictional character, like I feel like there should be some leeway. Like I know a while ago, Idris Elba's name was tossed in the ring for James Bond, and
he would definitely be a great James Bond.
And I was like, do it. I was like, do it. That would be great.
Yeah.
So I'm, again, I feel like if it's a fictional character, however it was written, it's just like they're not real people. That's fantasy. You should be able to have fun. You should be able to have fun with it. So,
right. So do you think it would be acceptable to take, say, Shaka Zulu and make him British?
Well, he was based on a real person, wasn't
Yeah, he was
So
based on a
Zula
real
was real.
person, so
Well, okay, so
yeah.
take any hypothetical fictional account. Let's some African character or like Mulan, for instance, while based on a real character. Take a fictional character
Mm-hmm.
set in the same environment, written culturally,
Power
because
Man.
somebody was. Say again.
Power Man.
I guess you could use Power Man,
Or Luke Cage.
or even T'Challa,
Okay.
and make them British.
Well, there's black Brits, but I know what you mean. You mean
Yeah,
make them like white British.
Right. Now, mind you, this isn't a right or wrong. I'm not like putting you on a hot seat, Sam, at all. I'm just trying to really explore what we're.
No, but I mean, you raised an interesting point. Except, you raise an interesting. No, that's a really interesting point.
And again, mind you, I'm of the perspective that there are some instances where I could just overlook it. So I wonder if it's something not just fictional, but maybe uniquely cultural as well as fictional.
Well,
I'll tell you why
like if
I
the
have
culture
a
is a part of the fiction.
I think in a case like T'Challa, that was meant to be the case. So
Right.
Well, I'll tell you why I have a problem with it, because Hollywood, much like America, has a race problem, and blacks and other quote unquote minorities have been left out. So when we continue
quote unquote, okay,
to because when you look all over the world, we're not the minority,
right?
But just in this context, we are. But
okay. I see.
But when we've been left out, left and right, to take a character that was either written for us or has historically been us, and then to give it to a white guy, I think that's a bullshit.
Well, I would say even more so than historically, like if the culture is a part of the fiction, then I think that should matter. Like with James Bond, I'm not necessarily sure that the culture of being a white guy is a part of the fiction.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's just that he's British. So I think we could cast.
He's British. He's a badass.
Yeah, he could cast
he's smooth.
British person to play James Bond, and I don't think there would be any. I don't think anyone would have any cause for outrage.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna go a few steps further, and say it's not only that Idris Elba is British, but Idris Elba is like the definition of what a James Bond character should be.
No, I know. He's like
he's
everyone's fantasy husband. I know.
Tough. He's smooth. He's like everything that a James Bond character should be. So like if you gave it to some goofball or something and you're like, here, Black James Bond, that would be some bullshit. Yeah. But that
like
guy,
when they were considering Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh my God, were they really? Oh
yeah.
Oh, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
No. That would not pass muster.
I mean, I think Cuba can act. I'm just like,
he's a D-list celebrity.
I'm critical of what he chooses to act in, but I think he can act for sure.
I think he can act. I think he can. I just don't know how often he does act well.
Right. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like him and Halle Berry can go somewhere.
Well, he was great in the film he did alongside Anthony Hopkins. He was really good.
Which one?
The one where Anthony Hopkins was like a monkey. It begins with an I. It's a one-word name.
Instinct.
Instinct. He was great in that film.
Anthony Hopkins was a monkey?
Yeah, he was like he studied apes. And then he was so obsessed with studying apes in Africa that one day he just like day by day he would just like leave a part of his humanity. Like he'd leave his, for instance, his computer, his laptop, he'd just not use it anymore. As he followed these apes, and then like he'd leave his like telescope, and then eventually he just left everything and lived with these apes and became like the apes. And when they found him, because somebody tried to capture an ape for like zoo
Yeah.
purposes or something, and he killed
Yeah.
that person. So they took him out of the wild and put him in jail.
Oh. Snap.
And thus, you know, Cuba Gooding Jr. had to be his lawyer. This is a guy who had a family, the whole night. Like he had a family, all of that.
Is this a dope movie? Should I watch this
It's
movie?
a dope movie, dude. It's a dope movie. Like it's a dope movie. This guy had fully aped out. Like he could fight like apes. He was like fully primal.
And that's Anthony
Still
Hopkins'
brilliant.
character?
Yeah,
That's
but
Anthony
still
Hopkins'
brilliant.
character?
Yeah.
He's
Anthony
a
Hopkins
great
character.
actor.
And
He's
he
a
was
great
still
actor.
brilliant because this was
Anthony Hopkins
obviously a
is amazing.
brilliant man before he aped out. You know what I mean?
Anthony
Yeah.
Hopkins is amazing.
Yeah,
It's a dope movie.
Yeah.
You should watch it. It's called Instinct.
And Cuba's actually good in it.
Great in it. He's really good in it.
Now, I feel like Boys in the Hood, Cuba has good scenes in it. He's got a few scenes that I think are like a little bit rough, but he's got some good scenes in Boys in the Hood. I didn't like Show Me the Money. I didn't like that movie.
Oh, Jerry Maguire.
I thought that was really annoying. It's one of the most annoying movies.
I don't like anything about that movie.
I hate that people quote it. I hate that I have to hear people quoting it. I hated watching it. It
There's
was
a
like
girl
kinda
in that movie
cringeworthy.
who is as bad to me as Anna Paquin is.
Okay. Is that Renee
The
Zellweger?
female lead in that movie.
Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, her.
Renee Zellweger, yeah.
She just
You're-
reminds me they're like the same vein to me.
Okay, so now Anna Paquin won an Oscar when she was like 11 years old. So what is it? So I would love to know what bothers you about Anna Paquin. I would take it as an adult, but maybe as a kid too. Like what bothers
I don't
you?
know her as a kid. I only know her as an adult. So
Oh,
I'll start
there
with
you
her.
go.
I'll start with her face. I'll start there.
Jeez.
It bothers me.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant bad meaning good. I thought you meant
No.
bad meaning.
No.
Oh, I thought
I
you were
mean-
saying she's bad. Like
No.
she's a. Oh, okay.
Anna
I thought you
Paquin.
meant I don't know. I don't know.
She looks like you could like
I mean,
grab her
Snoop-
by her legs and like hammer a nail into wood.
What?
Well, some
Like that's
people
what
like
she
that.
looks like to me.
It's
Like,
some
that
people-
Arm & Hammer logo on the bacon
It's-
soda box.
Some people like that ish.
Okay, I'm gonna start with her face. That bothers me a lot, like a lot.
She's got
Then
a
she
unique
opens up her mouth
face.
and it gets even worse.
She speaks highly of you.
Anna
um,
Paquin?
Yeah.
Anna Paquin?
Yeah.
I mean, Anna Paquin, and she just really like it. Like she comes on the screen, and I'm like, you know, I tried to watch True Blood, and then Anna Paquin started talking, and I'm like, oh.
Her acting as an adult, like, yeah, has left a lot to be desired for me too. Like, I'm not, yeah. So
And then she was Rogue in the X-Men. I'm like, what's up with all this whine? Like Rogue isn't like whiny.
I
What
know.
are you doing to like this one of the strongest characters in the X-Men?
There was a lot in the X-Men movies. I mean, casting Halle Berry as Storm. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll never forgive.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive them. I'll never
Yeah.
forgive them for that. Never.
Anna Paquin as Rogue, Halle Berry as Storm. Like, what's happening to my life?
Yeah.
Well, listen, look. I feel like as long as everybody knew. I feel like they could get away. They felt like they could get. I feel like they felt they could get away with anything because they cast Patrick Stewart as Professor X. So I feel like they just knew that just because they did that, that was like. I feel like the casting people probably, or the filmmakers were just like, you know what, that's all we need, because we know that's what we know, because we know that that's who everybody wants to see as Professor X.
Sounds like they cared more about the male casting than some of the women.
James Marsden as Cyclops, like, come on, like that. I mean,
as what, Cyclops?
Yeah, James Marsden as Cyclops.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
really like
it was
again,
bad.
so ineffectual. Hugh Jackman was fantastic. So
Yep.
great for so terrific choice there.
I thought the choice for Beast was pretty good.
Yeah.
Kelsey Grammer.
Yep.
Sure.
I just wanted to say my problem with Renee Zellweger is like, well, for one, it's always like blow your nose. Like I feel like she always needs to blow her nose. Like that's how she talks. Like just blow your nose. Just clear it out all out of you.
That's really funny. Kathy Griffin once got in hot water because she said
Cynthia, you sound like a robot.
Yeah.
Kathy Griffin once said she admitted in one of her stand-ups that she got into trouble because in one of her previous stand-ups she referred to Renee Zellweger as a sweaty, puffy coke whore. So when you said she needed to blow her nose,
Oh.
Oh wow.
that's what that made me think of.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then later in her next stand-up, in that same stand-up, she later said that shortly after that she had made that joke, that Renee Zellweger sent her a really beautiful bouquet of flowers with a card that just said "warmest wishes."
Oh man.
And Renee Zellweger is from Texas, so you know that means like "fuck you."
As she cleared her nasal passages.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I get it. So you're like all like, yeah, she needs to blow her nose. I get it.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want it to come off a certain way because there are guy actors that annoy me too.
Same here.
Like where I'm just be like, really?
So let's address some of those so that we don't sound like a bunch of misogynistic jerks. Let's talk about some male actors who drive.
I already stated one of mine I don't like.
Who was that?
Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Val Kilmer.
All right, so
He did his thing in The Doors, though.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
He did his thing in The Doors, though.
Sure. Yeah, he played Jim Morrison. Yep, he did that.
Yep, he did that.
He's like, you did that. One thing.
I'm trying to think. I never took him really serious. Like I never thought he was like a great actor or anything. So I never really took him seriously. So, but although I will admit, I honestly did not think he was a terrible Batman. I thought he was, but then again, I have issues with like all of the actors who played Batman. I don't know. I'm not convinced that they've ever gotten it right on screen.
Wait, what about Huckleberry?
I was gonna say his Doc Holliday was brilliant.
Doc Holliday?
Who?
Holiday.
Oh,
I could be a Huckleberry.
Yeah, yes, Tombstone. Yes, he was good. No, he was good in Tombstone. Yes.
Yeah.
But he always looks like he has to like, he wants to take a bite out of a candy bar. He's got like that Bugs Bunny thing going on, where like
what?
His teeth, right? His teeth.
Yeah, with like the teeth thing. Like he's always doing something with funny with his teeth.
He's got big front teeth. He has big front teeth. And he was considered a sex symbol for like.
Oh, Willow.
Oh, Mad Mardigan.
Mad Mardigan.
Well, Willow was kind of before its time.
Yeah, it was.
Top Secret.
Top Secret.
Okay, let's not talk about Top Secret.
Okay. And then, of course, we have to deal with that homoerotic Top Gun.
Wait,
I never saw Top Gun. Yes, I'm so glad. I'm proud of myself.
No, see it, man.
No, I'm good.
Why? It's great.
I don't have any interest in seeing it either, so there you go.
Nah, you guys are ruining. You guys, that's like the best part of the 80s.
We're ruining Floyd's childhood.
I saw Risky Business, so I'm...
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, but you see Risky Business.
We'll take those old records off the shelf. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You see Risky Business and you see Top Gun.
Nah, I was good with Rebecca De Mornay. The one time she looked good.
A lot of guys back in the 80s were good with Rebecca De Mornay.
Well, that was like the only movie she ever looked good in, though. Then all of a sudden, it was like she fell off of a cliff and hit every tree on the way down with like her face.
Yo, you missed the 80s, Ish.
Because that's vicious.
No, seriously, like she hit every tree with her face before she hit the ground.
My
Next
brother.
thing you're gonna tell me you never saw Wall Street.
I did see Wall Street.
Oh, Wall Street. Yeah, Wall Street. Right.
I don't know if that has anything to do with Val Kilmer, but
No,
Just
that's
saying.
Charlie Sheen and Michael
Mark.
Douglas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nicolas
What'd you
Cage
think
is
about
another
the-
one.
What'd you think
my
about the
God,
remake?
Nicolas Cage drives me absolutely nuts. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean he goes from having great movies like Arizona to like having a string of
Raising Arizona.
But he
It's-
had like
Get it right here, people.
he had a few really good ones. He had like Moonstruck, and he had
yeah.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Yep. No, he had some great. He had
And
some great.
then,
stuff.
yeah, and then
I liked Valley Girl.
sure, or
And then he had Ghost. Then he had the Ghost Rider movies.
Ghost
all
Rider
those
movies
movies.
and Con Air and like all
Face
the
Off was
National
good.
Treasure movies. Yeah, Face Off was good. Face Off was good too. Yeah.
But I still have a problem with him. He still bothers me.
Well, it's his acting. He just like he just seems like he's on.
What about the
time.
one where it's like the bees and the one where they put him in that wooden torture suit and all
The
the
remake of the Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The remake of the Wicker Man.
You know what else bothers me about another actor that bothers me, and you guys are probably going to crucify me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Let us do it anyway. Go ahead.
Danny Glover.
Oh, what about him?
What bothers
He
you? I mean, I don't mind him. What bothers you about him?
I mean, he's Color Purple and everything else I can leave. All of it.
Okay.
You know,
All of
I'll
it.
say this about him. I'm not necessarily into some of the comedies he's been placed in, some of those quirky comedies.
Hmm.
You know who I'm talking about, the director who's done those quirky, like.
I thought it was
Royal
out of place in
Tenenbaums.
Lethal Weapon.
Oh no, Lethal Weapon too. That was iconic. The dude who did the Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, Wes Anderson. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Wes Anderson has put him in some movies where I'm not really sure how.
You're not feeling him being there.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not always feeling Wes Anderson movies. Some of them I feel like are too
I hear you.
self-referential.
I hear
Like
you.
they're too
I
aware
hear
of what
So I'm going to start with Danny Glover's face.
you.
Oh man,
He's looked old since he was like
Oh,
20.
no, here we
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah, because he's your elder, man. You've got to show some respect.
I mean, but also Max von Sydow is the same. So,
Yep.
but that doesn't, But okay, listen, to each their own. I think Max von Sydow looked like he was 90 since he was like 30, but that's okay. But it was his face. Anyway, go on.
And another thing is like when he walks, it looks like he ran 10 miles.
Because he's too old for this shit, ish.
I mean,
know
but that's
that.
like in every movie.
Yeah, he's too old for this shit.
Also,
I don't know.
Can we just also, I have to be honest, even I also just love the fact that his wife was played by Darlene Love. That was just
And what?
in the Lethal Weapon movies. His wife was played by Darlene Love, which I just thought was so cool that they
I don't know who she is.
Yeah, I don't know who she is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I watched the movie, but other than the movie, I don't know who she is.
Okay.
I don't know who she is.
She's an amazing singer.
Okay.
She was actually, I think she was the lead singer of one of the groups that Phil Spector backed in the 60s.
Okay.
And she
Okay.
has an incredible voice. However, I think just because Phil Spector, didn't how do I say this? I guess her career kind of fizzled, I think, after some of those groups disbanded, or once she tried to get away from him because he's a nut job, and she wasn't marketed as well as somebody like Ronnie Spector or
Sure.
Ike and Tina Turner. So their career, and even their careers stalled briefly after they got away from him. But
Yeah.
fortunately, she got cast in those movies, but also, God bless David Letterman. I feel like he was the only person who was constantly giving her, every year for his Christmas show, he would book her and have her sing one of the songs that her called "Christmas Baby, Please Come Home." And
yeah,
so,
she had some Christmas duets.
yeah. So I think because David Letterman and was always so kind and like for that. Oh, I think the other person was Bette Midler. Bette Midler was always like returning her calls and like just being like, and I think it was just those two people. It was really sad. Like I read up on her career, like she in her 40s, she was like, after having a successful singing career, she was like cleaning toilets in people's homes. And it was, it's the hustle, it's the grind, it's the struggle. And it's really sad that, somebody with her talent was just so that business will like, destroy you. They'll totally use what you have and then like leave you. So I'm just glad that she was listed in like Rolling Stone's like that 100 best singers of the 20th century. Now I have issues with that list myself, but at least they recognize that her there. So I would just go YouTube Darling Love and start listening to her because she has some classic songs and they're like He's a Rebel, He's Sure the Boy I Love, Christmas Baby Come Home, Wait Until My Bobby Gets Home, like just a lot of like classic 60s girl group songs that she sang. She's great. But anyway, I'm sorry, I just totally
No, that was good. I needed to learn. I learned. Darlene Love.
My pleasure. My
You
pleasure.
learn something new every day or every night.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of some more guys that bother me.
Let me see.
Not hard to find.
All right, come on, Cynthia.
Yeah, Cynthia.
Come on, Cynthia.
Hook us up.
Nail
Hook
us
us up.
with it.
Oh, not actors. I was just thinking like regular human beings.
Oh, that too.
Oh,
Something
you are the man eater, Cynthia.
Oh, here she comes.
Maniac.
Whoa, here she comes.
Something about Tobey Maguire actually has always bothered me, and I can't.
Thank you. Thank you.
Every time I hear someone tell me that he should play me in a movie, I want to be like, piss off.
It's like, dude, put your eyes back into their sockets.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to stick that far off your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like we get it. Some people act with their eyes, and you don't. You don't do it very well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's always got that one expression.
Yeah.
Where his eyes just poke way out past the sockets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. He just seems awfully like one-dimensional and vapid.
I'm glad you mentioned him.
Who's always been I never found to be a good actor, but I do enjoy his work. Probably only Matrix. Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
It's interesting. I was going to say the same thing like a couple minutes ago.
All right, so I do have something to say about him, and he seems like they say he's a good guy. They say like, he's a really good guy. Those stupid fucking movies everyone loves. What are those stupid movies he's making? No. John Wick? Yeah, those stupid John Wick movies. Like,
okay, those movies are amazing.
Yeah, they're great, dude.
Man.
John Wick 3, not so much, but yes, they're great.
Yeah, the first one.
I went to the movie to see one of those. That shit was so stupid.
What?
So stupid. It might have been 3.
Yeah, 3 is not the one with Halle Berry, your favorite actress.
I don't know if this one had Halle Berry in it. How many of them do they have now?
3 had Halle Berry.
How many do they have now?
3.
Really? I thought they were more
there's
than
3 now.
There's
I
3.
think 4 is coming out, but 3 is out right now.
4 was supposed to come out on the same day as all of them have a dog.
All
of them have a dog.
I just asked Wikipedia.
All of them have a dog.
I don't remember Halle Berry in it. It could have been 2 because they were coming out. They were coming out so fast. It could have been 2. I don't know. Whatever it was.
Said it was 3.
If you didn't start out.
Yeah, I don't remember Halle Berry, so maybe it was 2.
If you didn't start out. If you didn't start at 1, if you didn't start at 1, then of course you're probably not going to think they're good because like movie 1 and 2 take place over the course of literally 2 days.
No, I don't like them. It doesn't have anything to do with all of that. It was just a shitty movie to me. There was one of them where they're in a mall and they're like they're trying to like secretly shoot at each other without people like knowing. It was like the dumbest scene I've ever seen in a movie. It was so stupid. They're trying to like secretly shoot at each other, like with all these people in a mall. You know, I guess they have their guns on silencers, so that's supposed to do something. Yeah, I can't with those movies.
Well, to
Die
Cynthia's
Hard in a
point,
mall. This time it's personal.
to Cynthia's point, he's got like 100 good movies, and he's like a very wooden actor.
Yeah.
But he has so many good films.
One of my favorite movies as a kid, and one that I still love, and will watch anytime, is Speed.
I should watch that again.
Love that movie. That's like I feel like that's like a blueprint for like an ideal action film right there. Like just like
what about
and excitement.
I liked Point Break.
Yeah,
that's a great one.
I remember.
What about Bill and Ted's Adventures?
I like the first one.
All right. Yeah, they were okay. I don't have any particularly affinity for them, but I
was watching the newest one. It was okay, but I didn't finish it.
They really got both of them back for it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just watched Devil's Advocate. We were talking about this.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
It's on Netflix.
I watched it on Netflix too recently. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, I watched it because what inspired me to watch it is because I'd never been a big fan of Charlize Theron at all.
What?
No, you know what though? Actually, I thought she was very good in that movie.
Well, I didn't realize it.
Oh my
God. I didn't think so. Right? I didn't start to appreciate Charlize Theron until she was Furiosa in the Mad Max film.
Oh
my! What about Monster?
That's like that's another like model gold standard action film right there.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's one of the best action films of the.
Wait, what is?
The Mad Max
Fury
film.
Road.
Oh, yeah.
Fury Road.
Literally, they should have had seatbelts installed in the movie theater when that came out. I was like,
what happened was Netflix dropped a film that I was very interested in seeing it be successful because it's comic book related, called The Old Guard at the beginning of July.
That's true, right?
Yeah, and I didn't realize she's older now, so here's the stereotype. She's gorgeous in this film. And that's the first time I'm like, whoa.
She was I thought she was stunning since like
just not my thing.
Yeah, I know.
But in this film, I'm like, yo, I wanted to go back and watch Devil's Advocate because I was very critical. And you're right, she's so great in that film.
Yeah. Surprisingly, considering that her role is basically like a throwaway role, but she is so good in it that it's like, wow. I wonder. It's like it made me feel like, wow, I can't wait until she actually gets like a real role because she's gonna kill it. And
I liked her in Italian Job.
Yeah, I did too.
Are you talking about Charlize?
Yes.
What about her in Monster?
I didn't see Monster.
Oh my God.
Monster was good.
Well, I wasn't.
She won like an Oscar for that, didn't she?
Charlize Theron wasn't gonna sell me on a movie back in the day.
She is so good though, and that movie was not based on her looks. It was based on.
Well, no, I mean what they did to her was like.
She looked like the serial killer.
Yeah, she did.
And you know what was funny? Remember when I told you that every other movie, Charlize Theron makes herself look really ugly, and then you were like, she only did that once for a Monster. I looked it up, and you were right, and I'm like, why did I think that? Like, how did I think that?
I don't know.
Well,
and also it's like
maybe
so
I saw the future.
Like they have to do like it's like the amount of effort that they had to put in to make her look ugly. Like that's another story.
Right.
Oh, I do like her in that movie with that girl that acts like the female, like her acting level is equivalent or as wooden as Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm. What movie is this?
Snow White and the Huntsman.
Oh, Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
She was good in The Runaways, though.
She was great in The Runaways.
I also liked her in Adventureland, but That's I don't know if you haven't seen that.
Oh, Adventureland. Yeah, that was a good
Remember
one.
that? There was
You know
actually.
who's?
Do you know this? I'm sorry. Go ahead, and then but I want to talk about that movie. But you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say someone else who, and Ish has heard me say this a bunch of times, but
Okay.
someone else who was given shit for a movie that he was in, and then just people didn't realize what an amazing actor he is like about to like really show a lot of people up is Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's
All right.
incredible. He's not just good. He's incredible.
Okay. All right.
He's
All right.
He's like the actor.
Yeah. So I don't know enough about him, but I mean, I know that he's been in some other movies besides Twilight that have been highly recommended. So I will try and check those out. But really, just to get back to Adventureland at one point, I think one of the I haven't. It's interesting. It's like a period piece, and it takes place in like the 80s. And one of the things that I like about it was that even though it took place in the 80s, they didn't like oversell like the whole like 80s period angle the way they could have. And so it was just a very a very kind of chill, like just a regular coming of age movie. But except for one scene, which the scene where the main character goes on that date with the local park hottie, that girl. And she was just basically like, she agreed to go on a date with him just because the other guy would not leave her alone. Do you remember that?
Okay. I don't have good movie memory, but and it's been a very long time since I've seen it.
Even though the movie didn't overdo the 80s nostalgia for like the most part, when they're out on the date together, this is what she's wearing. Her character is wearing a turquoise dress with leather trimming on the shoulders and matching eyeshadow, and I swear my eyes started to well up.
Why?
Because that was just such a painfully 80s look. It's just like...
Good night, everybody.
All right, good night.
Good night, Emily.
These virtual children are killing me. I gotta get some sleep.
Oh my God, it's 12:15 in the morning. I love it. I love it.
Cynthia.
What?
Throw some more actors at us.
There's that other guy. He was on 21 Jump Street, the new one. And he was in Magic Mike.
Channing Tatum.
Yes. Not that I don't like him as a person.
His body.
Oh, his body's phenomenal. Yeah, again, it doesn't seem like he has a lot of like emotion.
He doesn't.
He retired.
No, he
What?
didn't.
Channing Tatum?
Yeah, he retired from acting.
No, he didn't.
Right.
He did. I don't know if he came back, but he did. He retired to make a family with Jenna Dewan. I think they just recently got divorced, so he might be coming back. But I know he married Jenna Dewan Tatum, and he retired. I think like that 21 Jump Street film or the part 2 was his last film. Yeah, he hasn't made a film since. That doesn't mean he's done for good.
A long time ago.
Yeah, but I mean he hasn't made. He did Magic Mike 2, I think was his last movie.
Oh no, I feel bad.
It doesn't mean it's forever.
Oh, look at that.
But what's that one girl from the 80s that everyone thought was like going to be the next heartthrob, and then she married I can't remember the actor she married, and she retired. She never did another movie again.
You see that?
You know what I'm talking about, Sam? Oh, wait a minute.
No, I wish I did, but that's still.
She had black hair. She was very pretty.
I mean,
I think she might have been
Alyssa Milano?
No. She married like Kevin Kline.
Phoebe Cates.
Yeah, she retired after marrying him. She like never did another movie again, and she was like primed to be like the next big, you know what I mean? And she married Kevin Kline and retired and never did another film.
She is really pretty. She is very pretty, and she right, but she retired. She married. I mean, I guess she just found happiness. I mean, I guess she just found happiness being with Kevin Kline, and So.
You ever wonder about that though? Like, I mean, what are you doing all day that you're that happy? Like, you got to do something, right? Like, can people just sit around happy? Like, could you imagine
That's
Like
no.
I've been out of
I'm
work before.
right now.
I've been
It's like, what are you
out of
doing?
work. I've been out of work before, and like even if I had money, like come on, you got to do something with yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna go crazy.
You think she's just sitting
Like,
on his mantle? Like he just was like, okay, you're gonna sit on my sit on my mantle for for the rest of your life while I go act.
I mean, she retired, right? That's when I think of retiring. I think of sitting around not doing shit. I mean, some people garden, some people, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what
that's when you're
she's
older.
gardening.
Maybe.
I mean, she was an it girl.
She wasn't it, girl. She was really pretty.
What was her
Maybe
name?
gamble. Maybe you gamble.
E.B. Cates.
B. Cates.
That's what you do. You gamble.
And she was in
I'm a gambler.
she was the lead girl in the Gremlins movies.
Oh, that's what she's from.
Yep. She was in
They were
Gremlins.
talking about doing another one of those.
Yes. She was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Like she was, you know, she made like several movies. She was like an it girl. And she was very attractive. And
All right,
yeah,
so here's a question for everyone.
okay.
You win $20 million tomorrow. What do you do with your life for the next, I don't know, what do you do with your life?
I'm gonna retire and travel the world.
I'd probably keep doing what I'm doing.
You're just gonna keep traveling and like you're not gonna work. You're not gonna.
I would do a lot. Okay, I would do a lot of traveling. But first, what I would do is I would. First thing I would do is I would help. I might I might try to give some of the money up to like the other members of my immediate family to help them with like their financial problems and make sure they were set. So, thank you. So yeah, if I apportioned all of that out, I'd be left with like, if I was going to be, let's just say I'll just like split it evenly between the four of us. So I'll be left with $5 million, right? So that's not enough to retire for the rest, but actually, well, if I invested it smartly, it would be, but that's not it. Right. But I mean, I would still need to, but so what I would do is, I would probably what I would do is I would probably do some philanthropy. And I would also probably,
Are you going to buy a crib? So you don't have to worry about like
I
would buy a place.
I would buy a place.
I think I get a little yacht.
Yeah, I don't know about a yacht, but actually,
not a big one.
No, but actually, most of the there are actually plenty of two-bedroom apartments in my neighborhood for less than $1 million. So I would easily, buy
an apartment.
Yeah, get an apartment
instead of a house.
You could come to Buffalo or in this area.
I know.
We're like the best housing market in the country.
Sounds like he doesn't want. Sounds like he wants to stay in NYC, baby.
Well, you could buy something equivalent to a mansion for less than $1 million here.
I know New York. No, I know New York City real estate is psychotic. But I want to be close to my family.
I was gonna say if you're gonna go to Buffalo, buy something in Delaware Park.
Also,
if you're gonna go to Buffalo.
You could buy a house in Delaware Park.
Allentown might be more. If you want to stay in New York, Allentown might be more your speed. It's probably got the most New York flavor in Buffalo.
I don't like.
But Delaware. I'm sorry. Go on.
Okay, now I was gonna say I'm not a big fan of winters or colder weather. So,
don't go to Buffalo then.
Yeah.
I would buy a place to invest in so I continue to get income. But even if you were, even if you were to get $5 million, which is very little, because we're talking $20 million after taxes, right?
Let's say after taxes.
All right. I guess you could do it that way.
Account, you can easily, just interest alone, be getting 6 figures a year. Yeah. And I can retire on 6 figures a year.
Wait, you do a what? If you do a what account?
A high interest savings account.
Yep.
Like the interest rates are dropping really low now, but
I thought that I thought people didn't make good money off of interest anymore.
Yeah, that's what the high yield savings accounts are for.
Yeah, you want to go high yield. Now with $5 million, you're talking $100,000 a year income for 50 years.
Well, it would be less than that, but it's still a livable wage, you know?
No, it would be
Like,
100,000.
For me, let's say if I
Oh.
paid off all my loans and I bought a property, I would have like what?
Wait, no, 100,000 times 5 is 500. Yeah,
It'd be 50 years
50 years.
right.
at $100,000 a year.
Yeah, I can live on that.
Yeah,
So
if you
that's
can't live
basically-
on that.
That's a little over $8,000 a month. So, yeah.
Damn, I think you're like I think Sam is like, screw that. Like Sam is like, if I get 20 million, I am gonna like live nice. Like I'm not living off of 8 G's a month. You want way more?
All right.
Yeah,
So I'll give my family members 4 million each, and I'll keep 8.
See, if I had 20 million, I'd give my mom $1 million,
Yeah.
my mother-in-law $1 million, my sister $1 million.
Yeah, you don't, Sam. I don't think you really want to split that evenly. Hit them off with $1 million, and that's gonna be lovely.
2 million each. 2 million each. 2 million each.
Trust me. By the time you see how much is left, you're gonna be like, I'll give you $1 million. You're gonna be happy.
Yeah, because I'm gonna pay
yeah.
off. I'm gonna pay off my sister's house. I'm gonna pay off my mom's house. I'll pay off my mother-in-law's house. I'll put $1 million in each of your pockets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll give them each $3 million. I'll still have 11.
Now I need to have 15 mil.
Okay.
I need 15, but I'm not gonna really change how I live. There are investments and there.
So you, because
Oh, I would.
I'm thinking.
I would
So
travel more.
you don't want to have $100,000 for the next 50 years?
Me?
Well, I'm saying, anyone
Anyone.
that's gonna
Anyone.
give.
Oh, well,
anyone who's
no,
gonna
no,
give
that's
3
actually
million.
me, because I'm the one who would have been like, that's because that's under my scenario where I've only got
Yeah.
5 million left.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. But I mean, listen, I'm living off half of that before taxes right now. So, that would be a big lifestyle change right there.
And
So,
also, the 150,000 on the 15 million is just on interest alone. So if you wanted to spend more, you still have the 15 million principal that you can draw down from for the next how many decades of life. Like that's totally enough to retire on.
oh no,
Oh, yeah.
Less than that,
absolutely, absolutely.
I'd make some investments for sure.
Yeah, because if you're gonna go big from the beginning, that's how people go bankrupt when they win the lottery. They don't know how to manage their finances. The next thing you know, they're back to where they were.
And I'm very stingy. So and when I mean I'm stingy, like I'll leave. I can recall times where my wife used to have to text me how much I got paid on a given week because, I'll just let my paychecks pile up in the bank.
Why would she have to tell you though if you're not going through the money?
Because my wife is my accountant.
Oh. Okay.
So sometimes not that she doesn't, but if I want to know, which at one point I did because I was saving for a thing, so she'll just text me on Thursday morning what was deposited into my account for that week. And I'm like, okay, because I don't know. My wife takes, she does all the finances, so I let her take care of all of that, and I'm, it's a comfortable arrangement because she's good at it. You know what I mean? That's what she does for a living. So, but yeah, I wouldn't really change how I live. If I had, there would be some absolutely security type changes because now I have money that probably merits me making sure I have a better, security type system. But I'd probably invest in some real estate that could make me passive income. You know what I mean? And other than that.
Speaking of which, is anyone watching Power Book 2?
No.
The movie, the TV show Power on Stars?
Yeah, the second iteration of it is with Mary J. Blige as one of the lead characters, and now it's like about the son.
What is it about?
The father has died at the hands of the son. The mother is in jail, and now the son has to navigate school, making money.
Mike. You're describing it to her like she has any idea what Power is about, period.
Well, you don't know what Power is about, the first iteration of it? The father was like basically like a drug kingpin, but he was also like a businessman, and like he was living like a double life. And like some people in the community thought he was a stand-up guy, but you know he was also like involved in some shady dealings and like
His name is
drugs.
Ghost.
Yeah, his name is Ghost. 50 Cent is like an executive producer of the show.
Oh, cool.
And has
And
a small
sometimes
role.
star on the show.
Yeah, sometimes star on the show. He's learning to act. He's not the greatest actor, but he's definitely getting better.
Surprisingly, when Kendrick Lamar pops up on the show, he kills it.
Kendrick fucking kills it.
Kills it. Like
Oh
that
my
dude
God.
can act.
So Sam, like when Kendrick shows up on this episode, I had to keep going back and forth and asking myself, is that Kendrick?
Yeah,
Like
he's
that's
so
how
good.
good he was. Because I'm like, wait a minute, Kendrick's not an actor, is he? Because this dude is like stealing. He's like stealing the episode. And
Yeah,
like
he stole it.
like
He stole it. He was so
Yeah.
good.
What was his
Wow.
role?
he
He
was
played a
like a
crackhead.
drug. Yeah, played a crackhead.
Wow.
Yep.
He played a crackhead?
He
Yeah.
played that role.
Maybe
He
not-
played that role, man. He was so good.
It was either crack or some kind of strung out.
Yeah.
Was he as good as Bubbles from The Wire?
I would say he was probably better than.
Better?
Stop. He was on par.
Okay.
For his
He's better than
his
Bubbles.
first ever acting role, he was right there with him.
Okay.
He's probably better than.
That's
Bubbles.
That's a
amazing.
glowing review.
Yeah, he was the best actor in that episode.
Wow.
Which probably isn't saying a lot because Power isn't known for having great actors. And I mean, come on. You're about to tell them exactly what I agree with, that Mary J. Blige is the best actor in this new Power series.
I wasn't about to say that. I've said
Okay,
it
who's better
I've
than
said it
Mary?
before, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about that. If we're saying Mary J. is the best actor in the new series,
That's because she's great. That's because she's great. That's all.
But
that
it
means.
doesn't speak highly of the other actors. Right?
Well, unless Mary's so great that.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
Mary's great. Mary's great.
I'm
Let
not,
me
I'm
stop
not
you right there.
I'm not even
That's all
getting
I'm
involved in this part. Mary J. already has an Oscar nomination for acting, but
Love Mary.
There you go.
And I think Mary is a great actor, excuse me.
She
But the
stepped
thing
it. I
is,
think she stepped it up, though.
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
it is. But when you say that Mary J. is the strongest actor in a television series, you gotta question how strong. And that's not a knock on Mary J. at all.
But it may be a knock on the rest of the cast.
Yes, that's all I'm saying, Mike. I don't even know why this is a point of contention. You know,
I wouldn't call it contention.
Power is better. The story is definitely better than the strength of the actor.
Well, I personally, what the sister of the sister of the prosecutor he was dating, that woman's incredible actress.
Well, the main character's the grandmother. I mean, come on, she's a powerhouse.
Yep. Is that Cicely Tyson?
It's not, but I can't remember who it is. It's not. It's not Cicely Tyson.
She's coming out with a memoir next year.
Oh yeah.
God bless her. I'm so thank God.
If she makes it, well, never mind. Let me stop.
Stop it. 2020 is not over yet. Listen, Betty White is 98, so I'm like crossing my fingers.
Don't bring her name up. Oh my God.
She's
Betty
Betty White is
it feels like you just cursed her.
She was supposed to come out with a Hallmark Christmas movie this year, but I think
She should.
We're talking about Cicely. We're talking about Cicely.
no Betty White now. But
Oh, okay.
Did anybody catch that special episode of Golden Girls they just did with the all-black cast?
No.
They just did it like a week ago.
Just the one episode. I thought they were doing like a whole season. I thought they were going to do a whole season.
It was a Zoom special that they did on
Okay.
Zoom, and it was like Diana Ross's daughter,
Tracy Walker,
Regina King.
Oh, okay.
who's winning all the awards these days.
Oh yeah, Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like four. Who was it? Regina King, Diana Ross's daughter. I want to say, what's the girl's name who's married to Omar Epps from Love and Basketball?
Sanaa Lathan.
Sana Lathan, and I forget who they have playing the mom. Yeah, it was 4 black women, known black women actors. Actors. They did maybe a week ago. They did Golden Girls. It was like a Zoom special.
Nice.
Wow, I will be looking that up and I'll be watching that.
They don't seem that old though.
They're not, I mean, I don't think that they are. I don't think they are.
The idea of Golden Girls is like mature women living together. So if you're gonna remake it, make them old.
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you to check your privilege. I'm gonna ask you to check your privilege.
Well, they're black, so black don't crack. So you know.
Yeah, just
I don't actually
Probably.
know these actresses, but I'm assuming they're not that old.
One of them is old. The one who plays the mom is pretty old.
mm.
I just can't remember who she is.
They probably just look a lot younger.
Oh, Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy Ross.
Mother? What?
Tracy Ross isn't the mother.
No. I said Diana Ross is her mother. That's crazy.
You didn't know that?
I found that out through passing, but I didn't actually like make the connection.
Yeah. Diana Ross, Tracy Ross, Diana Ross.
They got the same hair, don't they? Doesn't Tracy
No.
have the puffed out hair? Or she used to.
Yeah, I think Tracy's hair is thicker.
Oh, okay.
Diana Ross is still alive, isn't she?
Yeah.
She is. Actually, I just watched her famous Central Park concert for like the first time a couple of nights ago. So that was.
She's another one that bothers me.
No?
Diana Ross?
Yeah.
Jeez,
Why?
nobody knew about it.
Spill it.
I mean, it's superficial, so I probably shouldn't.
You think she's ugly?
Because she wouldn't give it to
mean-
Michael?
I mean, yeah, I do think she's
What?
ugly.
Wait, what about Michael? What?
Even in her prime, I'm like, why? Why do?
Oh, I
people see
thought
her?
he didn't like her because she wouldn't give it to Michael.
She wouldn't give what to Michael?
Yeah, what didn't she give to the little kid?
A little kitty.
No,
She was a
Michael
little kid.
grew up. No, Michael grew up and still had a thing for her.
Yeah. Okay.
She was like, oh my God, she was like his like surrogate mom, like in the
Yeah.
business. Like that would have been really weird.
Dirty Diana. Y'all are a mess. Y'all didn't know that he had a thing for her?
We all knew that. He had a thing for all these older women. Liz Taylor, like he had her in his same hospital room when they were in the hospital together. Like he had an Oedipus complex.
Oh my God. Wow.
Like a mommy complex, I guess.
That's wow. Expecting that?
I mean, this has never been examined for you. It never crossed your mind?
Well, that's on me for not figuring that out, but no.
Yeah, he had a thing for older women.
I didn't know that. I just knew.
hear you.
I just knew
hear-
Dirty Diana. That's all I knew.
I hear you. That's.
Did you ever
I
get
didn't
with
think-
an older woman? I don't think
I didn't
ever
think
anybody
I didn't
did.
think the Liz. I never really thought of the Liz Taylor thing.
Oh yeah.
I just thought
had
they
a-
were just, I thought they were just friends.
I think so too, but I certainly think he was enamored by her. I mean, this is a guy who lived his entire life with the mentality of being or maintaining his childhood.
Yes.
Mhm.
And he was very much enamored by Liz Taylor. I mean, the guy, when they were in the hospital together, he had her put in his hospital room.
It's creepy.
I guess I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
That. I did not. I did not. That didn't. Two and two. I didn't put it together. Wow.
And as you pointed out correctly, Mike, he was enamored by Diana Ross. but I don't think Diana Ross felt like I'm gonna go sleep with little Michael. You know what I mean?
I don't. Correct. I don't. Yeah. No. Yeah. He was a little too young for her.
Yeah.
So.
And I know she saw the Jackson 5 a certain way, very maternally. You know what I mean? From a maternal,
exactly.
aspect. So
that was the point that I was making. Yeah. Yeah.
But
that would have been really weird.
I don't remember Michael being rumored to be dating anybody ever. Do you remember?
There were some rumors.
Married. I mean, he was married a couple times.
There were some rumors. I know he tried to holler at Halle Berry.
Everyone did. But yes, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's right. He did try to holler at her. Aretha Franklin wanted Halle Berry to play her in the biopic. That always makes me laugh.
Why?
Because of how Halle looked. That's why.
Because she looked so much better.
Yes. And it was just like, and I was just saying that and I remember even back then I was just like, oh my God, get over it, cast Jennifer Hudson and just have it be done. Like it was just, that was another one. It was just like no brainer.
She would play a good Aretha.
Yes. Yeah. And so she did.
Oh.
So, right. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. The movie hasn't been released yet, but it's already been filmed.
What is it called?
It's just called Aretha.
Oh.
But yeah, no, this is, yeah, she wanted somebody who looked substantially better than she did in life to play her.
I want Lucy Liu to play me in a biopic.
Okay. All right, you want Lucy Liu to play you. All right.
I mean, she's literally like the most famous Asian actress in Hollywood, I think.
That's probably
just in general. I think Lucy Liu is like the top dog.
That's probably. I mean, this is probably true, right? I'm trying to think.
Sorry, guys. My phone died.
Oh. All right.
Guys, girls.
It happens.
Ladies.
It happens. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another famous contemporary Asian actress and
contemporary Asian actress.
Yeah,
Zhang Ji.
Yeah, that was who I was gonna say.
I love her so much.
She doesn't have as long of a career as Lucy Liu.
That's true.
Zhang Ji. Well, Lucy Liu's career isn't, to me, is as great as Zhang Ji's.
But I was gonna say, Michelle Yeoh is the other one. But
I'm talking about Hollywood though. She didn't come on until like a while ago.
Girl who.
Yeah, Lucy Liu and Zhang Ji and.
Zhang Ji is my wife, my mistress, one of them.
I see.
Zhang Ji?
Was
she in Rush Hour?
She was.
Oh God, I think that girl's so ugly.
What about Vicky Zhao Wei?
She just called your girl ugly.
Yeah, I ignored it. What about Vicky Zhao Wei?
Who?
Vicky Zhao Wei.
Who's that?
The original Mulan. Vicky Zhao Wei. We're talking contemporary Asian actresses, right?
How do you spell the last name?
Wey.
What about
Ei? Ei?
What about the woman from Lovecraft Country?
Wait, I can't Google this fast. Vicky?
She was 2009 Mulan.
2009
Mulan?
No, the live action film Mulan out of China.
Oh.
The real Mulan, the one that I like, and not this Disney crap.
Okay, how do you spell her full name?
Vicky, Vicki, Zhao, Zhao, Wei.
Oh, here we go. Oh, she's in Shaolin Soccer. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm a
If
big
you've
fan of.
never seen Shaolin Soccer, I highly recommend it.
I'm a big fan of Vicky.
No, I like Shaolin Soccer. Hold on.
Yeah, but she's not like an iconic Asian American actress
No.
in Hollywood. I'm talking
Well,
about
yeah,
Asian,
Oh, you're talking Hollywood
not just
specifically.
Asian actress.
Oh,
We
because
were talking
the
about a biopic for my life.
She's beautiful.
yeah,
Who?
Vicky Zellweger is so dope.
Yeah.
Then there's Gong
She was
Li.
dating
Again,
Stephen Chow for a while. I don't know
Gong
what
Li is
happened.
gorgeous, but she's not Hollywood either.
Well, you got to keep in mind though, the Asian cinema is huge,
It is.
especially out of China. Like it's huge.
Yeah, but we
And
don't live in
Gong Li
China.
was in
so-
Memoirs of a Geisha, but even still, like she's still mostly like she doesn't act in English language films very much.
Well, Asian film certainly influences American film culture.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, most of the movies in the early 2000s that were hot were Asian remakes, like not even 2 years removed. Things like The Ring,
absolutely, and
Dark Water, The Departed.
absolutely. And if you ask a lot of like film buffs who they think the best non-English language director is of all time, they'll probably say Kurosawa. So
I think so, but I love Asian movies. Like I watch Asian film
there you go.
all the time.
What about Jamie Chung?
Oh yes, she's pretty.
Harry Potter?
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
I mean, she is pretty, but her acting
No Lucy
career is like
Liu.
barely existent.
Yeah. She's no
Lucy Liu is
Lucy
wooden to me.
Well, Jamie, and she's all like she was a kid. She was in the real world. Like that's where she was she's from the real world. I think San Francisco or something. But I mean, I won't. I mean, she's pretty. I won't say she's not pretty, but I think her acting career. I don't know. It's not. I mean, it's there. She is getting work, but I don't think she's iconic.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her. I just know she's in Lovecraft.
I like Lucy Liu in Kill Bill.
I like Lucy Liu in pretty much everything I've seen her, but she tends to play the same kind of dominatrix bitch role a lot.
Listen, if it works for her,
It does. Ever since Ally McBeal.
she plays a bitch very well.
Yeah, she does. Yes, she does.
So who would play Cynthia in her life story?
No, that's what started this whole thing. I said I want Lucy
Liu to play her because that's what we've been talking about.
Because they were talking about how Aretha wanted Halle Berry. I was like, oh, we're shooting for the stars here.
Yeah. Well, not just shooting for the stars. She was just she wanted literally somebody who she wanted someone who was wishful thinking in terms
and also, if you're gonna cast someone who can sing.
Well,
I don't know if Halle Berry can sing. At least not as well.
Nobody. I mean, I don't think anybody can. Well, I mean, she's probably the defining singer of pop music for the 20th century. But
Aretha?
I would think so.
There's an Asian actress that I'm really feeling right now. She's new in American film.
Oh.
She's very young. She's an adult, but she's younger. She plays a character named Sister Beatrice in the Netflix TV series Warrior Nun.
Okay.
And when I developed a fanboy crush on her after watching Warrior Nun this year. It just came out this year, a couple months ago. And she's an Asian woman. She's so dope. She's such a bad apple. But I'm trying to find her real name because she's such a new actress. She has very few credits, but she plays one of the stars. Her name is Christina Tanteri Young.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get going.
All right, I'm gonna get up. Then I'll
probably do the same.
I am too.
Okay.
I just wanted Cynthia to see Sister Beatrice.
Okay, hold on. Spell her name first. Oh, I googled the character, but how do you spell her real name?
Christina with a K.
Hold on.